Hello my loves, what's up, what's going on? Welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a new pick a card reading, except this one is going to be a little bit different, okay? So this one is going to be about repeating numbers that you've been seeing. So if you clicked on this video and you've been seeing a repeating number like the number 1111 or 22 or 222, 333, whatever the case may be, this is going to be the video for that. So if you've been seeing a repeating number, you can find the number over here and then click on that to reveal your message. We're going to be talking about the numerology of that number, and we're also going to be talking about some other messages from Spirit, which is why we have the tarot and some oracle cards in this reading as well. So we're just going to try to get the most in-depth messages for you guys to see maybe what Spirit has been trying to communicate to you while you've been seeing this number popping up in your life. If you've clicked on this video and you haven't seen a repeating number, but you just clicked on it anyway, you can also just figure out the one that you're the most drawn to, or you could take your birthday to get your life path number and click on that particular number in this as well. Life path numbers are single digit numbers, and I know that these here are double digit numbers, but again, you can just, like if your number is 8, you would click on 88, of course. So this is this video. We're going to be getting into it. We're going to be talking about it to reveal some messages to you based on what Spirit has been trying to say to you and the signs that they've been trying to give you. So hopefully this adds some clarity on that, and all the timestamps will be linked down below for your cards that you can click on to skip ahead to your personal reading. So with that being said, without further ado, let's get started. All right, so group number 1, if you chose this reading, if you've been seeing 1111, or if you've been seeing the number 11 or the number 1, whatever the case may be, if you've been seeing the number 1s a lot in your life, we're going to be talking about what this means. So 1s are all about a new beginning and about attracting something big into your life. It is a telltale sign that you're about to manifest something big. And if you have been trying to manifest something, this means that it is on its way and it is about to appear in your life, and the doorway is essentially opening for that to come into your life. Because if you think about the number 1, when you have an 11, it sort of creates like double lines, right? And that resembles like a doorway or an arch. So that's a doorway opening in your life. So if you've been trying to manifest a new beginning or entering your dream life or manifesting something big, this is a really good sign that you are manifesting that right now. That is on its way, coming into your life. And just keep on that same path, because this also means that you're on the right path right now. And it's Spirit's way of saying, yes, you're on the right path, but you're also at the beginning of that path. So it's a reminder that you're at the doorway of it. You need to keep going, and you need to keep your focus and determination in order to get to your end goal. This means that you've entered the right doorway, you've entered the right path, but you need to stick on it in order to actually reach it. But this is also telling you that Spirit's on your side. They're going to help with guidance. They're going to help, give you energy, but it's really up to you to continue down this path to actually find it and realize it and have it come to fruition. So this is a reminder to stay on your path. You've entered the right doorway, okay? So Spirit really wants to let you know you've entered the right doorway. And depending on how many 1s that you see repeating, if it's just 1, that means that you're at the beginning. This means that there's a lot of potential. It also means that it's time for you to stick out and do the things that make you unique, because your uniqueness is going to come in handy, and it is going to help you get to your goal. If you've been seeing 2 1s side by side, so the number 11, if you've been seeing the number 11 everywhere, this means that the right people and the right connections are coming into your life to help make this goal happen, to help make this come to fruition. So this is all about connection for you. If you've been seeing 3 number 1s, this is all about follow what makes you the most happy, because that's going to get you to your goal. And regardless, for anyone watching, whenever we follow our passions and what makes us the most happy, that does help us get to the goal. But if you've been seeing particularly 3 number 1s, this is a reminder, like, don't be too hard on yourself. Don't feel like you have to work so hard. This is a reminder that you don't have to work so hard to get to your goal. you have to make it fun so that you can stick to it and so that it's not hard to stick to it. Because when we don't make it fun and we're like, we have to grind, we have to work super hard to climb to the top of this mountain, and we don't have fun, usually we can burn ourselves out because we're not feeding our cup. We're just draining it, draining it, draining it. But there's a way to work where you still enjoy the journey, and this will feed you at the same time that you're also spending energy. So you're in a replenishing cycle rather than a diminishing cycle. If you've been seeing 4 number ones, so an 1111, so if you always look at the clock when it's 1111 or things like that, and you're seeing 4 of them all the time, this means that it's time to root yourself and dedicate yourself to whatever it is that you are trying to manifest. So it's time to root yourself into this goal, okay? So that would be your message. It's time to commit, and it's time to create a solid foundation so that this can be something very lasting for you. So with that being said, let's get into the rest of our cards here. So we have Seeing Beyond, we have Let It Go, and we have The Land Between. So yeah, this card right here resembles that it is connecting you to a faraway goal that you have. So whenever you see this number, this is a reminder from Spirit that they're leading you on the path to get to your goal, no matter how far away it might seem. It's also time for you to let go of the past as well, and let go to anything that's holding you back, because like I said, the 11s is about a doorway opening. So if we have something that's, hinging us to our past, that's keeping us hinged to our past, keeping us connected to our past, we're unable to walk through the door. We're unable to fully get through. So it's time for us to let go of whatever has been in our past. It's time for us to also let go of being scared. So even if there's nothing particularly holding you onto your past, this is letting go of fear, letting go of your past self. So all things basically from your past that are keeping you on a different path. It's time to really start to connect to your future. It is time to trust your intuition. Your intuition is going to be speaking to you strong, so it's going to be telling you like, oh, this feels good versus this doesn't feel good. Whatever doesn't feel good, it's time to let it go so that you can connect to this new energy. And you'll feel this new energy. This new energy is going to feel good. It's going to feel exciting. It's going to feel passionate. So use your intuition, your emotions to guide you, because they're your internal GPS. So what doesn't feel good, what is making you question whether it's good or not, because those things need to be let go of in the past. We need to cut the ties with that. And then what does feel good? It's time to connect to that more. It's time to bring in that energy, time to connect to the path that you desire. So Spirit is guiding you to connect to that. We also have faith in your dreams, the waxing crescent moon. It's time to start building yourself in this direction. It is time to start walking in that direction and taking at least one small step a day in the direction that you desire to go in. And Spirit's telling you to have faith, because they're saying you've opened up the doorway. In order to walk through, we have to let go of some old stuff, but we're going to get there as long as we keep going. We also have balanced spirituality and practicality, the full moon in Pisces. So the full moon in Pisces, what is your dream? Okay, because Pisces is the Neptunian energy. So what is your dream fantasy, group number 1? What is your dream fantasy? Because as you begin to define what this dream fantasy is, it is going to become more clear in your mind. But the full moon also tells us that we need to balance, again, spirituality with practicality. So we can't just dream about it and hope that it comes true. We also have to take some action towards it. We have to walk through the door. We have to keep taking a small step forward every day into our dream life. So if our dream life means that we need to change jobs, well, maybe it's time to start working on a side job. Maybe it's time to start working on a side goal that we can start building now and taking steps towards that, so we can make this transition, so we can make this bridge that can bridge us from our current life into our dream life. So how can we start building that? What steps can we take now to start building that, group 1? We also have the card here, your hard work is paying off, new moon in Capricorn. So it is time to put some effort in. And it's also letting you know that whatever efforts you have put in so far, it is going to pay off, but we need to continue that road because Capricorn is about continuing the climb. No matter how hard it gets, no matter how whatever happens, you know, Capricorn is very dedicated. So we need to dedicate to this. And again, kind of like what I was saying in the beginning, especially if you've been seeing triple ones, this is all about implementing a more fun routine so that we can have a replenishing journey rather than a draining journey. By making it more exciting, more passionate, more fun, work doesn't have to be draining. It can be a replenishing, exciting time, but it depends what emotions we put forward, right? So we have to let go of fear. We have to let go of doubt, because when we have doubt that creeps in, it ends up pushing us down. It ends up making us feel like we might fail. But the only reason why we might fail is if we stop trying, we stop putting in effort, because there is no real failure. How do you know you failed if you haven't kept going to see if it will eventually come to fruition? Because it can and it will, but we just have to dedicate to it, which is all about Capricorn. Okay, and then we also have the card here of the masculine, lunar god. Ooh, so this is about taking action. The masculine energy is about taking action. So Spirit also is asking you, Group 1, to start taking action towards your goals. Okay, what phase can you do next? In order to create your dream life, what do you have to do next to get from point A to point B? How can we start bridging that gap? It is time to start bridging the gaps. So, and again, masculine energy isn't about daydreaming. Daydreaming is feminine energy. Feeling it is feminine energy. But then, right, when we feel it, right, when we create that vision, which is the feminine energy, which is the creation energy, we then have to put it into action in order for it to become a physical thing. So the masculine energy is about taking action in order for it to become physical. We also have, the card of manifestation, which of course you guys have that because the ones are all about manifestation. They talk about manifestation, manifesting a big goal coming into your life. So with this card coming up, this is a really good sign from Spirit, from the universe, that your manifestation is very much on its way. And again, you're on the right path for it to come into fruition. So as long as we keep going, as long as we have that dedication, this is going to come to fruition. So if you've had a big dream, this is a telltale sign that it absolutely has all that potential. We've entered that doorway. We've opened up that doorway. We've literally opened it by visualizing it, by seeing it. That means it's very much available to you. And the ones are that sign telling you, hey, you've opened up this door, but you got to keep going. You have to keep going. Have faith in it. And then we have to balance the visualization, the feminine, with also the action taking, which is the masculine, which is the practicality of the spirituality. We also have the 8 of Pentacles. It is really time to start working on your goal, group number 1. It is time to put dedication and work into it, to take action on it. We also have the Hermit. It's time to come out of the cave. It is time to come out of the daydreaming, searching. It is time to actually come out of the cave. It is time to do. It is time to reveal what you've been thinking of, what you've been working on. It is time to do it. It is time to show it off and do it. And 8 of Cups, it is also time to let go of the old, to walk away from your old life. It is time to enter this new doorway and to say yes to it, to dedicate yourself to this. So that is your message from Spirit, group number 1. I hope you enjoyed this message. I hope it resonated, and I hope it added some clarity onto this number for you. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button down below if you want to see future videos like this. And if so, I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye. All right, so group number 2, if you have been seeing 2s, if you've been seeing double 2s, triple 2s, quadruple 2s, this is the group for you. So we're going to be first talking about the numerology of the number 2. So if 2 has been prevalent in your life, 2s are all about partnership, connection, connecting you to the right path, to your goal, starting that journey, visualizing that journey, making the right connections that you need. This could be connections in regards to other people. It could be connections in regards to the right path that you're supposed to be on, connecting to an actual vision, connecting to an actual plan, the planning stage of things. Or again, connecting to a really important person, because a lot of the times the 2s can deal with people and making the right connection to the right person. If you've been seeing the single digit 2, that's what that is all about. And that is also the general for 2s in general. But there's also a slightly deeper meaning if you've been seeing double, triple, or quadruple 2s. So if you've been seeing double 2s, this roots down to the number 4, which the number 4 is all about creating the proper foundation. It also deals with our home life, our dedication to something, our commitment, our safety, our security. And so this would all be all about kind of finding your roots and your foundation. What do you really want to root to? It's time to start planning and making the right connections to root yourself where you actually desire to be, and so that you can have a long-lasting manifestation or a long-lasting idea that comes to fruition. So this could be a long-lasting relationship. This could talk about a long-lasting career, dedicating yourself to the proper vision to create a long-lasting, financial future, health future, whatever the case may be. If you've been seeing triple 2s, this would root down to the number 6. And the number 6 is all about harmony. This is also a number that deals with marriage, long-term relationships, harmony in relationships in general. So this is calling you to harmonize relationships. This is calling you to focus more time onto the important people in your life. And usually this means that there's either a really important person coming into your life, or this would mean that you're taking a next step with a really important person. And it could be, again, business partnership, friendship, or a romantic partnership. If you've been seeing quadruple number 2s, this would root down to the number 8, which deals with great luck in business, great luck in finances in the future, and creating a very long-lasting, stable business and making it, really long-lasting. 8s are also about risk-taking sometimes, so it also is calling you to take the leap of faith. And so one of the messages, if you've been seeing quadruple 2s, is to take a leap of faith, because maybe certain things look uncertain. Maybe we need to step into the unknown a little bit in order to create the biggest possible dream for us. It's calling us to step into the unknown a bit. So that is the little lowdown on the numerology of number 2. And with that being said, let's get into the oracle and tarot side of things here to get some other messages from Spirit. So here's what we have for you. We have time machine. We have tender embrace. Ooh, look at that. We also have the number 22 on this card. I need to hold this up to the camera. Let's look at this. Look at that. We also have that number 22 showing up right here, front and center. Makes total sense. Spirit is talking. We also have smoke and mirrors. And we also have the uncharted sea. Wow, that's also really fitting. So let's talk about Spirit's message for you and what Spirit wants to say. So one thing that I am getting here is the exploration of something new, something you haven't done before. And it might seem kind of like uncertain, again, kind of stepping into the unknown, because the opportunities that are coming to you right now, group number 2, are opportunities and pathways that maybe you've never been down before. So we don't know what to expect, and maybe we don't have it all planned out right now. And maybe we're kind of unsure, like, am I doing this right? Do I know everything? How much more do I need to search up? Do I need to learn more about this? Like, we're feeling a little bit unprepared almost, because again, it's uncharted sea. We haven't been down this path before, and we might feel like we don't have enough knowledge of it, or we might feel like this is just something new that I'm exploring, whether it be like a new person that you're getting to know, or maybe you're stepping further with somebody than you've ever been before. So maybe, you know, maybe we haven't lived with a partner before, maybe that opportunity is coming up. Maybe marriage, we've never obviously been married before, and so maybe that's uncharted sea. Or again, it could deal with business too, because this could be talking about your career pathway too. Maybe we're finishing school and we like haven't been in the workplace before, and we're kind of just like, whoa, what's this? Or maybe we haven't owned our own business before and we're thinking about opening up our own business. And that's obviously uncharted sea. And maybe we're trying to figure out, like, do I know everything here? What's happening? And it's kind of being able to explore it. And Smoke and Mirrors says that our clarity, we're a little bit fogged up, right? So Spirit is letting you know that this is normal. This is normal. And Spirit is here with you, helping you along the way. They're helping you explore the uncharted sea. They're helping you navigate where you need to go. And Spirit's like, you got me on your side. I'm going to be giving you the signs, the signals that you need in order to get where you need to go. It's all part of your journey. Okay? So another thing that I'm getting is that you are going to meet somebody significant, or maybe you recently have met somebody significant in your life. It's either just about to come in, or you recently have, within the last year, met somebody really important to you. And I think it's going to go like to places you've never been before with this person. Like, this is opening up parts of you that you didn't know existed. It feels like you're stepping into the unknown. It feels supernatural. Or again, you have this supernatural calling. Maybe you're connecting to your life purpose right now, group 2. And it feels like this supernatural calling, like you've just connected to a deeper part of yourself, to your calling, and you kind of feel this calling to go in this direction, but maybe you don't have it like fully figured out yet. It's not super clear right now, and we're almost like sort of stepping into the unknown and following that, following those intuitions. And it's leading us to this very unknown place. But again, Spirit's message for you is that it's time. The time is now. You are on the totally right path. This is what's meant to be. This is what's meant to happen. It's time to start making room in your life for this, because this is the way to go. This is it. This is where Spirit and the universe is guiding you towards. I feel like some of you guys might also be feeling like we haven't done enough yet for this to take the next step. Like, maybe we feel like we haven't learned enough in business in order to create our business. Maybe we feel inadequate in certain areas. Maybe we feel like there hasn't been enough time. But Spirit also wants you to know that this is the right time. It is connecting you to this path right now because it is the right time. You've been getting these intuitions because it is the right time. You've been getting these ideas because it is the right time. Your soul knows it, even though you might feel unprepared, you might feel inadequate, but it's just because you haven't been down this road before. So of course it's going to feel uncertain. Of course it's going to feel like we are babies at this. It's going to feel, a little bit different, but it's because we haven't been down this road before. We haven't explored this far before. So again, we might feel like inadequacies, but Spirit is like, no, I got you. This is who you're supposed to be. This is where you're supposed to go. So let down the fears. It is totally okay. You're in the right spot, the right time, all that jazz. We also have a fiery climax approaches full moon in Aries. So you are approaching something coming into your life. You're approaching the beginning, because Aries is all about the beginning. So you're either approaching this new beginning with this person, or you're approaching the actual beginning of this new journey that you are creating for yourself. You are creating this new journey, and the actual like potent beginning is approaching. It is almost there. So just keep going, because this exciting time is coming and it is almost here. We also have the void of course moon. Nothing will come of this situation. So this is also time to let go of worries, time to let go of, it's time to open up, because I feel like there's this part of you that is scared to do things, or might be scared to open up, because we like to keep ourselves protected and safe. You can make anything happen depending on the energy that you invite into your life. You can make anything happen here. You're at this blank slate of like opening up this new doorway, and you can invite in any energy here. So depending on the energy that you invite in will depend on what you fill up this void with. So just keep filling it up with your best. And then all that it'll contain in it is your best, which is all you can ever ask for. It's all you can ever do. Okay? So don't get off course. Void of course moon. Don't get off course. You're in the uncharted sea, so it's going to kind of feel unknown sometimes. It's kind of going to feel like you're off course. It's kind of going to feel unsure sometimes. But nothing's going to come out of that unsurety, okay? So you don't have to worry. Nothing bad is going to manifest from the unsurety, from feeling like you're off course. You are in the open sea, which means your sea is your oyster. You can be anywhere in the sea doing anything that you desire. The sea is a vast place, and you can go in any direction. So what direction do you want to go in? Where do you want to lead this? And again, whatever you fill it with is going to be what becomes of it. So whatever direction you go is going to be what comes of it. If you go south where it's warm, depending on where you live, I guess, but if you go south where it's warm, let's say you're north right now and you go south and you follow the warmth, you're going to get the warmth. If you are more north and you continue going north, you're going to get more cold. So what do you want? Go in the direction of what you desire. Don't let yourself steer off course. The way that you map this is your emotions. You follow your emotions. Those are your internal guidance system. They tell you whether you're going in the right direction or the wrong direction. So does it feel good or does it feel bad? And then you'll know, am I on course or off course? The next card that we have here is peace. So one way to figure out or to continue going in the right direction when you feel like you're not, when you feel like maybe worries are coming up, Spirit is like, calm back down. The way that you gain clarity, the way that you navigate this, if it's feeling unknown, is to come back down, meditate, find your inner peace, and then clarity will come to you. All right, and then the next two cards, we have love and courage. So what do you love? What are you passionate about? It is time to go in that direction. It's time to live your life with love. So anytime that you feel like you're off course, how can you take a step forward with love? How can you come from a place of love? It's time to focus on self-love, time to focus on what you love, and then also courage. Courage to step forward, courage to step into the unknown. So Spirit is also telling you to have courage to make this connection, to make this plan, to set this plan into motion. Have the courage to set this plan into motion, especially if it's something that you love to do. We also have temperance. This is about balance. So the twos also do resemble balance, because if we think about it, when we have two different sides of something, two different sides of a coin, this is about balance. So it's the ebbs and flows of life, and temperance talks about the balance. It also talks about mixing something that doesn't normally belong. So if we are point A and we want to get to point B, or if we are one person, we're trying to connect deeper with the other person, it's connecting two different things that don't maybe normally mix, because you're here, what you desire is here. But this is about finding a way to mix them into one so that you can make the connection to it and then become it, be it. So who do you need to become, group number two? Who do we need to become? And how can we find more balance in our life between maybe this versus that? And as we find that balance, we can find better peace. We can find our direction easier because we have the balance between two different things. So everything in moderation. What are things that are maybe taking up too much of our time? Is there something that's currently taking up too much of your time to where we cannot go in the direction that we do desire to go? We also have the Queen of Wands. What are you the most passionate about? It's time to let your passions guide you because they are strong, okay? So it's time to let your passion shine. Be confident about what you're passionate about. Express that passion. Eight of Swords. How have we been holding ourselves back before? Maybe we are still scared of letting our truth show. Maybe we might still be scared that we're not good enough. Maybe we might be scared that we're not equal to our desires. And when we're scared that we're not equal to what we desire, we diminish our power, and we also, we're not in balance. We put certain things on a pedestal and we get out of balance, and we feel like we have to climb to what we want. It doesn't have to be a climb. We can be on the same level as it and just connect to it. Twos, connect to it. So this is time to open up, to be in balance, be on the same level as what it is that you desire. Start mixing in more of that into your life. How can we mix in more of that into our life to create more balance so that we can go in the direction that we do desire? So this is the alchemizing, this is the connection, this is the mixing of you plus this thing in order to bring it more into your life with time. Continue just mixing in more, and you will soon become and be what it is that you desire. So that is what we have here for you, group number 2. Hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. Hit the subscribe button down below if you want to see future videos like this. And if so, I'll see you in my next one. Bye. Hello, my beautiful number 3s. If you chose this one, if you've been seeing the 3s following you around, then we're going to be talking about what all of this represents and what messages that the universe has for you. So the number 3 in general is ruled by the planet of Jupiter, and so it's very expansive, and it's all about having fun. And so if you've been seeing the number 3 around a lot, this would represent that it is time for you to step into and find new ways of having fun. How can we implement more fun into our lives? It's also a symbol that more fun and relaxation is coming your way. And so if you've been going through a stressful time, it's a reminder that good things are coming. So, keep an optimistic outlook, and also start to, play around with what do I want to spend my time doing? What interests me? This is time to check out new hobbies, to expand yourself in what you enjoy doing, rather than working so hard and focusing on like do. This is all about, it's time to just be and enjoy and have fun. It is time to celebrate. This can also be a symbol that a big celebration is going to come your way soon, or something is going to happen where you get to celebrate something, where you get to be proud of yourself. And the universe is also a reminder that the universe is cheering you on, saying, I'm really proud of you. I'm really proud of how far you've come and all that you've accomplished thus far in your life. So that is what the 3 represents, and it is all about expansion. It can also be a focus on, beautifying your world, and just enjoying a more celebratory time, being able to enjoy yourself. So that is what the number 3 represents. So with that being said, let's get into our oracle cards. So what we have here for you guys, we have a grand symphony. Whenever a grand symphony comes up, this can also be representative of a celebratory time. So I think that those of you who have been seeing this number around a lot, this is like an indication that there's going to be something worth celebrating very soon. And I also actually want to say, I almost forgot, if you've been seeing double 3s, that's connected to a 6. It breaks down into a 6. Double 3s, since they're also associated with 6, can talk about friendships, family life, partnerships. So it talks about our relationships that are in our lives. And this can be asking us to forgive and reach a more peaceful state and start to put more time and effort and enjoyment into the beautiful friendships in our lives. It can also symbolize that an important person is coming into your life soon. If you've been seeing triple 3s, that breaks down into a 9. And the 9s are all about closing out old phases, old chapters. I didn't almost say shit, I promise. I was trying to say chapters, but then I also wanted to say phases. So yeah. But anyway, The 9 is, yeah, about kind of like a transition. So it's calling us to tie up loose ends, to finish the things, to close out the chapters that are stressing us out, and to welcome in and find the things that you enjoy. But it's time for us to close out the chapters that are causing us hurt and pain. It is time for us to forgive, forget, let go, and, transition into a more fun-loving, optimistic, find the peace, find the harmony sort of state, to have like a renewal, and to also, drop away the things that cause you too much stress. So that's also what those mean. If you've been seeing quadruple 3s, that just breaks down again into a 3. So that would just be more 3 energy. But I just wanted to say that for those of you who are specifically seeing either double 3s, triple 3s, or quadruple 3s. So yeah, the Grand Symphony, we talked about that one. We also have, the Storyteller. So some of you might be trying to manifest something. Some of you might be trying to find the key to, write a new story, to write a new script, or to change something in the past, or to adjust something in your future, to call out a new endeavor in the future. So some of you might be particularly desiring something. And this is a call from the universe to actually do it, to put the effort in, and to be that new self, to be that new you. So instead of feeling like things are outside of your control and you have to wait for something to happen, the universe is telling you to go and write that story yourself. Go and make it happen yourself. Otherwise, it's not going to happen. Because we are the creators of our own universe, of our own world. So we can't just sit back and hope that, the universe is just going to give us grander times. The universe is giving you a sign that those times are coming, but we have to be specific on what it is we want. We have to write our own story. We have to take control back over our lives and to actually just do it, to go for it, okay? And that is the key to unlocking this new story. This is the key to unlocking that new life that you are desiring. And we also have Spirit of Gratitude. So it's also about being grateful. It's about noticing the beauty in what you've experienced so far in life. So even if it's been like a hard time, this is calling you to find the gratitude in all of those previous lessons and all those previous challenges and struggles, and to celebrate because that is ending. And so now we have to be grateful for, having experienced that, because it's always character development, but know that that time is ending, and now you get to write a new story. Now you get to write something new. So the universe really wants you to know it's time to expand, and it's time to expand out of your current state. It's time to expand into greater happiness, greater joy, greater love. Welcome that in more. Grand Symphony, it's not just like a small little song. Your life isn't supposed to be just a small little song, I feel like you have some sort of internal calling, or at least you feel like there's something you're probably meant to do, even if you're not aware of what that might be yet. But it's supposed to be grand. There's a grander purpose here, and the universe is calling you to, be grateful for the current experiences, because it's helping develop you and who you need to be. Sometimes the universe puts us through challenges, and we attract challenges our way because we're trying to manifest something amazing. But in order to have the amazing thing, we need to learn certain lessons that help us develop, in order to, when you're teaching a kid how to maybe start cooking, you have to first kind of teach them like, hey, the stove is hot, don't touch it. I'm not saying that you need to like actually show them that, but sometimes kids naturally fall into that lesson, because they don't know any better. But then once they go through that lesson or that challenge, they're like, oh, I get it. Okay, now I know better how to cook. I'm not supposed to actually touch the stove with my bare hand, So, we fall under certain challenges, but it's to develop you into a wiser, smarter person, so that when you're, coming across your real path that you're supposed to be on, you're better able, equipped, and you're, you have better knowledge that can help push you forward. So, yes, in order to have that Grand Symphony, my love, you have to start writing what you desire to experience. You have to start expanding yourself, allowing in more, and start enjoying more by having gratitude for what you currently have. and then it will expand more. So show the world the real you. So don't be shy. Full moon in Aquarius. This is time to also let out your quirks, let out your uniqueness. So another message from Spirit is to realize that you have your own unique desires and interests. It might be different from those who are around you, might be different from most people, but it's time for you to enjoy and just be the real you, to follow those callings and interests, no matter how different they might seem. So that's another aspect here, and to be able to celebrate and enjoy yourself for who you are, to harmonize yourself. So this might not even be dealing with other relationships. This could deal with you internally being able to enjoy yourself more, right? To be more confident in who you are. We also have your dreams need a practical plan, a full moon in Taurus. So you need to actually get the show on the road if you want to go somewhere. You can't just manifest transportation from, one place to another just in your mind. You can get yourself there emotionally, but then you actually need to take action on that inspired action that you're going to be getting, because that is the process of manifestation. We live in a physical world, therefore physical action does need to be taken in most cases. So it's time to maybe write down and plan. Maybe that's also why we have the book here, because it's time to plan out, what you desire your life to look like. Okay? To be able to expand yourself more, because threes, again, with that Jupiter energy, they're all about expansion. So maybe you're trying to expand more, but you're going to expand by doing it through enjoyment, not doing it through hard work and pushing and struggle. You're not going to do it that way. You're going to be able to do it through enjoyment, through having fun. Okay? Because that's what threes all represent. We also have the card here of patience. So it's going to take a little bit of time, but if you enjoy the journey along the way, then it's going to be more fun and more enjoyable. So again, threes represent enjoyment and celebration. So patience. Enjoy yourself along the journey to your goal. This is a reminder from Spirit. Take a break and relax a little bit. You don't need to climb the mountain, climb the mountain, climb the mountain, climb the mountain. It's going to take a little bit of time. Don't rush it. You're going to have more energy. You're going to have more enjoyment. You're going to have a more fulfilling life if you remember to actually enjoy yourself along that way. Okay? And then we also have this work through your fears card, New Moon in Scorpio. I feel like I barely even talked about that card, or did completely overlooked it for a second, which is very Scorpionic of this card. But yeah, work through your fears. What is holding you back? What is currently scaring you? This is time to open up your heart and find more enjoyment in life. How can we enjoy the process more rather than letting our fears hold us back? How can we find ways to enjoy life more and be less fearful of life? Also, this is about not being scared to show what you really want or say what you really want, because Scorpio tends to hide a lot of their desires and feelings and thoughts and all sorts of stuff. They tend to hide it, and they don't open up until somebody else does first. So if that's similar to you, this is a reminder to speak up. Grand Symphony, look at those horns. They're just like, bzz. It's time to say what you really want, because writing the book is also all about communication. So this is also about expansion and opening up your heart, talking about what it is you really want, talking about what it is you really feel, and not being a Scorpio and completely hiding it, not letting those fears hold you back. We also have the card here of release. So it's time to release your thoughts and feelings and emotions, okay? It is time to release them, not hold on to them so tightly. Boundaries, it's time to let down your walls. Your walls are holding you back right now. It is time to break down those walls. We can also have certain walls that, yes, keep us protected in certain ways, but if we have too tight of walls, we can't really move anywhere anyway. We don't really get anything done. People don't see into us, and we are having a hard time navigating our own emotions because we have such big walls up that we almost can't even feel into our navigation system, our emotions, and things like that. So with that being said, our next 3 cards, we have the Hangman, the 4 of Pentacles, and the 5 of Wands. So where do you currently feel stuck in your life? There's something that you guys are holding on to, and honestly holding on to for dear life. There's a fear. There's either a fear of losing it all. There might be a fear of letting go of control. There could be a fear around what other people might say, the opinions of other people, our own internal criticism. So we've been holding back, we've been keeping ourselves stuck, we've been keeping ourselves stagnant because we're trying to hold on to control. We're also trying to hold on to something that we're so scared of losing or letting go of. But it needs to happen in order for us to navigate energy again, because right now this is talking about that there's a really confusing energy, there's conflicting, opposing opinions within you to the point where you don't even know where to go or what to do. And the universe is giving you the sign through the 3s all about have gratitude and have fun and allow yourself to expand, allow yourself to enjoy and try new things. Don't feel like you need to stay the same, because staying the same is going to keep you in this confusing, stagnant position. So if you want to expand, if you want to start enjoying life and find your footing and find your path, the universe is calling you to follow the energy of 3. And 3, again, is all about enjoyment, having fun, following what you enjoy and what makes you happy. So if it makes you happy, then who cares? Show the world the real you. Work through your fears. Have a practical plan that you stick to. Release your actual internal feelings and emotions and desires. Don't keep them locked up away in boundaries, in walls, in towers. Let them free. Okay, we're hanging on too tightly to our boundaries, our security, our safety. We're hanging on way too much to that because we're scared of conflict. We're scared of something not working out. But we need to let go of that in order to expand, because again, if we're keeping ourselves way too safe and we have too many rigid boundaries, we cannot expand. We cannot be Jupiter. We cannot move forward. We're going to be stuck as the Hangman. So that is Spirit's message to you, group 3s. That is what the 3 is trying to tell you at this time, since you've been seeing it around. So that is the message that we have for you here. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. Hit the subscribe button down below if you want to see future videos like this. And if so, I'll see you in my next one. Bye. All right, so group 4, if you've been seeing the number 4 around, whether that be 4s, 44, triple 4s, quadruple 4s, then this is the place for you. So first off, 4s represent our stability, our foundation, creating something so solid and so secure that it's going to last forever, to be honest. Like 4s are that type of energy. They're also associated with the sun. And the sun energy is about great times coming, happy times coming. It's a reminder to not be fearful walking into this new path or, going on this road. It's a sign that you're on the right path, that you're creating a solid foundation, and you need not have any fear. Okay, so that is one of the aspects of the number 4. It's all about a secure, solid foundation that is going to last, that you can trust on, that you do not need to fear, because things are going to work out and work out in your favor. And that, even if things feel unsure or unstable, the 4s are a reminder that nope, the universe got your back, it is stable. And it's also a reminder that whatever you're creating right now is actually ingraining, into the universe and is going to be something that is so long lasting. Okay, so that is the aspects of 4. If you've been seeing double 4s break down into a number 8. And number 8 is all about lots of finances coming in. It's a great number for finances. So if you've been seeing 44 particularly, that is a sign that more money is coming in. It is a sign that we don't need to have fears around money because things are going to be taken care of. It is a sign that there's great luck in following your dreams right now, and that there's a window of manifestation opening, because 8s are also the infinity sign, which talks about that we have infinite potential. We're unlocking our infinite potential in this moment. So if you've been seeing 44 around, that is what that is. But it is also ruled by Saturn, so it's asking you right now to commit to a vision, commit to what it is that you are thinking about and moving towards. It's time to actually fully commit to it if you want it to last and be as prosperous as you are hoping it to be. And if you've been seeing triple fours break down into a number 3. Number 3s are kind of Jupiter energy. It's all about expansion. So it's calling you to expand further. It is calling you to think bigger than what you're currently thinking about. It is calling you to expand more. So if you've gotten really comfortable living the way that you're living, if you've gotten, feeling like, things are pretty good, I have it pretty good, the triple fours are a reminder that there's always more. There's more to expand into. So it's calling you to use that energy to expand more. So that is triple fours. Triple fours are also all about having fun along the way. So it's also saying don't take your finances, everything too seriously. It's a reminder that we need to also enjoy ourselves, because that 3 energy is very much about enjoyment and expansion and having fun, and possibly even travel too, because 3s are also connected to travel. If you've been seeing a quadruple 4, that breaks down into a 7. And the 7 energy is about spiritual awakening. It is about following your intuition. So if you've been seeing quadruple 4s, it is time for you to follow your intuition. It is time for you to listen to your gut instincts. It also is a symbol that your psychic abilities are awakening, so don't deny them at this time. It is time to follow opening them and utilizing them. It is time to also listen to your mind, because I think your mind is also going to be asking you to learn more, to expand more in terms of knowledge and what you know. So you might be drawn to learning new things and things like that. Also becoming possibly even a teacher, because triple 4s with that 7 energy is also about teaching and spreading more wisdom. So with that being said, let's get into the oracle side of things. Let's see what we have for you. Beautiful number 4s. We have, look at this, awakening genius. And we kind of just finished talking about that in the numerology there. So for all of my number 4s, this is a message for all of you. Sorry guys, I just sneezed. Definitely gonna cut that out. But anyway, awakening genius. You are awakening sacred knowledge and gifts within you. You are awakening your life purpose right now. 4s are very much connected to your foundation, which is connected to your life purpose. And so you are rooting yourself, because 4s are also about rooting. It's your foundation. And so you are awakening where you're actually going to be planting yourself for a long time, if not forever. You're finding where you're really meant to be, where you're really meant to be rooted. And that can deal with home life, but it can also deal in terms of career or even partnership and things like that, and your calling, focusing on your calling. So awakening genius is your gifts are awakening, your purpose is awakening. So you're on the right path. Keep following it. You are definitely doing the right thing. We also have, roots of abundance. And I mean, this makes sense. We were just talking about being rooted into something like foundation and whatnot. So it's no wonder that you guys just got this card. I'm not even shocked, but at the same time, I kind of am. But yeah, roots of abundance. Look at this key right here. You're unlocking the key to your abundance. You're unlocking the key to prosperity, because 4s are, again, that security, that foundation, which does talk about money. We feel secure and we feel more stable when we have a good flow of income, when we're feeling abundant. So this is also you unlocking more abundance, you unlocking hidden treasures of life. So hidden treasures of knowledge, hidden treasures of, miracles happening in your life, unknown miracles of unexpected abundance coming in from all different aspects. This could be an abundance of love, an abundance of money, an abundance of security in some kind of way, and an abundance of new knowledge connecting you to your purpose and where you're supposed to be rooted and what you're supposed to be doing. We also have beyond the ordinary. So this is calling you to awaken your own uniqueness, group 4. So if you've been seeing this number around, this is because you have extraordinary, sort of purpose awakening. And it is calling you in a particular direction. This is really awakening you to commit to your purpose. if you don't know what your purpose is, this is calling you to find it, because now's the time to find it, because this is the time to root yourself. And this is also, again, a reminder that things are going to be okay. Beyond the ordinary things are happening right now in your life. Miracles are happening right now in your life. Unexpected blessings, unexpected, beyond the ordinary mystical experiences are going to be happening that bring you and align you to your proper path, where you're supposed to be right now, group 4. So we have lots of really, really powerful cards here that came up for you. Yeah, and I also see, like, with the yellow coming out here, this reminds me of your solar plexus chakra awakening. And it's interesting that 4s are also connected to the sun, which is the solar plexus, solar energy. Solar energy is creative creation energy. And it is calling you to allow your creativity to shine more than it ever has before. Allow your uniqueness to shine. And it's also the masculine energy, and it's connected to money because it's gold. It's very connected to money and prosperity and abundance. And it is also connected to the masculine energy of taking action. So it is time for you to take action. It is time for you to move forward. It is not time for you to stay stagnant, even though technically you are rooting yourself to something solid. But at the same time, it's a very movement energy where it wants you to keep moving forward, but yet root yourself, commit yourself to this purpose, but burn bright. It's time for you to burn bright, okay? So group 4, burn bright. Let's see, the next few cards that we have here, we have emotions are running high, supermoon. So I think that this is when your emotions are calling you in such a particular direction that you can't deny it. Like you're feeling a calling. Group 4s, I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of you are feeling a calling. And so the emotions are high, you're feeling high. There's lots of stuff going on. There might be a lot of things going on in your life, but it's the universe rearranging itself so that you can root yourself where you need to be, and so that you can chase after this new calling. We also have take time to breathe out, disseminating moon. So relax, everything is going to be okay, especially if things feel like topsy-turvy right now, because a lot of the times when 4s come up, it's usually when we're going through some maybe like just lots of stuff, possibly some changes in our lives. And it's a reminder to relax, because everything's working out the way it's supposed to. So you don't need to, worry. It's a reminder to let go of worries. We also have, you're very close to achieving your goal. Wow, I'm not surprised that we just got this card either for you guys. You're very close to achieving your goal. So that's a reminder that you are rooting to it. You are making the foundation. You are attaching yourself to that dream, to that purpose. And so you're very close to achieving a big goal. 4s can definitely represent that, since they are very material as well. So it can represent achieving a big goal. The sun is also about achievement, being noticed, being recognized, being seen. So it can also be a sign of recognition, being noticed, being discovered, being seen. So you're very close to achieving your goal. Very much sun energy there. The next card that we have is nourishment. It is time to put effort towards your purpose, towards yourself. This can also be a reminder that if we are healthy, then we can do more, we can be more, we can take more action, we have more abundance. So nourishing yourself abundantly with healthy things that nourish our energy, that keep us burning bright like the sun, right? Rather than taking away our energy and becoming stagnant or cold. So nourishing yourself with the correct things so that you have energy, because the sun is all about energy, right? The sun does not burn out of energy, and if it does, then we cease to exist. So it's also a reminder that we do need to nourish ourselves properly and listen to our body. Okay, so that's one aspect of nourishment. Nourishment is also about nourishing what you're committed to. So if you're committed to your purpose, we need to put time and effort and nourishment into that purpose. We need to feed it with energy in order to keep it going. The next two cards, we have the light bringer. Ooh, so that makes sense for you guys, talking about the sun, how you guys are connected to the sun here. So light bringer, it makes sense. You guys are the bringer of, you're illuminating your purpose. You're illuminating new knowledge that you're discovering. You're illuminating ways that were once seemingly impossible are now becoming possible. You are bringing light to certain things. You are realizing deep lessons that maybe you didn't see before. You're realizing answers to questions that didn't have answers before. There's like clarity out of confusion. We also have the card of fun, which is very connected to sun energy as well. So this is also about enjoying the process. So another message here that the universe wants you to know, group 4, is that it is important to have fun along the way. The sun, it burns bright, but it's also a very enjoyment type of energy. Just as the sun card in tarot, if you look at it, it's very much enjoyment. It's very much like a fun-loving energy, but it's also productive. The sun is like the most productive thing that we have. I mean, without the sun, none of us would be here. So it's very productive, but at the same time, it's relaxing. It just does what it does. So it's about also having fun and enjoying the process. We also have these tarot cards. So we have the 5 of Pentacles, we have the Queen of Swords, and we have the 9 of Wands. So the 5 of Pentacles, we might feel sometimes like we're doing it all by ourselves. We might feel sometimes like we are alone in this, or we might feel like certain things in our lives have been falling away recently outside of our control. And this might have even happened in your past. Maybe you don't even feel that way right now, but in your past, maybe it felt like certain things just wouldn't work out, and we felt like we very much had to fend for ourselves and create for ourselves because nobody else was going to do it for us. The Queen of Swords means that maybe certain things were cut out of your life. Maybe you've had to cut lots of things out of your life at times and had to do things on your own because you're realizing that only you really understand this mission, and it's important to cut away things that hold you back, right? So that you can really get to where you need to go. So there's certain things that maybe you've had to end in your past in order to connect more to where you felt called to go. We also have the 9 of Wands right here, which means that we've been through a lot. So all of my 4s, y'all have been through a lot, to say the least. And you've been through the battles, you've been through the challenges, and you've risen out of it regardless. And this is a message from the universe that you are being taken care of, and there doesn't have to be any more struggle. It can be easy from here on out. It is just about you connecting to the magic of the universe, connecting to your purpose more and more, and listening to, and following and only connecting to the things that allow you to burn bright as the sun, rather than being connected to anything that's diminishing you. So remember that, and remember that it's important to cut out things that do diminish you, because again, the sun, it's the most important thing. You, right now, your message is you're your own sun. So if you are connecting yourselves to things that dim your light, that are putting out your light, everything of who you are won't be able to accomplish what it needs to accomplish. Just as if we lose the sun, disaster would happen. So it's time to cut away things in your life and to continue to do that when things are diminishing your light. So that's a very important message for all of my 4s, to cut away things in your life that diminish your light. And it's time to wear your heart on your sleeve and not bottle yourself up either, not create too many walls in your life because of it. It is also time for you to shine bright in knowing that you have the control to cut things out of your life that diminish your light. You have the power to do that. You have the choice to do that. But it's also a sign from the universe to continue burning bright, because that's the point. That's the whole point, is to continue burning bright. Don't put up too many walls, because if we again block off the sun, disaster would happen. So don't block off your sun, because that's going to manifest in health issues. That is going to manifest in other people stealing your light. That is going to manifest in you feeling out of balance and off course. So don't diminish your light, shine your light, and cut away the things that diminish your light, because that way you're going to remain healthy. That is how you're going to nourish yourselves. And that is what the universe is asking of you right now and guiding you towards. And that is the message we have for you, group number 4. I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button down below if you want to see videos like this in the future. And if so, I will see you guys in my next one. Bye. All right, so group 5, if the number 5 has been popping up for you, we're going to be talking about what this represents. So if you've been seeing 5s a lot, 5s represent huge change coming. So be prepared because unexpected big change is coming your way. Usually a lot of the times this is very good change. It's also ruled by the planet Mercury, so it's going to be very quick, very sporadic, and it is going to adjust your path, and it is also going to take away anything that has been holding you back or keeping you stagnant. So if there's things that have been keeping you stagnant or stuck or held back or that are no longer serving you, things like that are going to be sort of shifted out of your life, to say the least. So 5s are all about that radical change, all about unexpected shifts, unexpected change coming in. So definitely keep on the lookout for that. But it always does do it for your betterment. Even if it might not seem like it at the time, it does it for your betterment. If you've been seeing particularly double 5s break down into a number 1. So this is leading you to a new beginning. This is leading you to start a new beginning, to lead you to a new path. Whether you want to or not, it is calling you to go towards a new path. It is calling you to make a new path because you are supposed to be doing something different. You're supposed to be on a different path. Maybe we're currently stuck on something. Maybe we're currently stuck in a particular situation. This is going to call you and lead you towards creating a brand new situation. If you've been seeing triple 5s break down into a number 6. This is all about harmonizing your life. This is about getting rid of anything that is not causing you harmony, anything that is in disharmony, anything that is not in alignment with you, anything that is shifted out of your vibration or is holding you back in the vibration that you're supposed to be. That is going to be shifted out of your life. So that particularly deals with relationships. It particularly deals with anything that's just, not in the proper vibration for you. It will be taking it out of your life or causing situations for it to reharmonize and things like that. If you've been seeing quadruple 5s, that breaks down into a number 2. The number 2 is all about connecting you to the path that you're supposed to be on, connecting you with the right people that you're supposed to be with, connecting you to kind of like start a new journey as well, because it's also about a new journey and making new plans. So it's causing you to make new plans and take new action in your life. So that is what the 5s represent. So that is a little rundown of the numerology of number 5 if you've been seeing it a lot. So let's get into your oracle cards. So the first 3 that we have here, we have Divine Matrix. The Divine Matrix is shifting and changing. We also have the angel number 44 here. That's also really interesting. I know you guys are the 55, but this one is the one that wanted to pop up for you. But yeah, so Divine Matrix, there is a particular plan here. And this is shifting you outside of your norm. So this is supposed to be awakening you to realize the things that have been holding you back, awakening you to realize that you've been maybe stuck for too long and it's time for some shifts and some changes. So this is connecting you to that divine matrix, to where you're supposed to be, to your natural blueprint of life that maybe we've kind of like fallen off track with. This is getting you back on track. This is connecting you to what you need to be connected to. The next card, we have Broken Open. So this is also breaking open your shell. Maybe we've been stuck for too long. Maybe we've been stagnant for too long. Maybe we've created walls and barriers around us out of protection, but it's no longer serving us. So the universe is coming through with the energy of number 5 to break that open, to break you out of your shell, to put you into a new place. It's sort of like imagine somebody like locks themselves up in their room and they're just like, no, I'm gonna stay here. I don't want change. I don't want to be in the outside world. I'm just gonna stay in my room forever. This is like the universe coming through and being like, no. Breaking open the door, breaking down the door and being like, we need to get you out of here. We need to get you into a new state of being, because the more that you just stay cooped up in this shell, the more that you are just going to keep being in the same energy and being stagnant and being stuck in this problem. So this is also a help for us to get out of old problems. This is the universe's way of helping us break open and break free of old issues and old problems in our life. So that is another great aspect of that card. It also helps us break open emotionally if we've been stuck emotionally. We also have Waking the Lion. So the universe wants to wake your actual power up. Because the universe right now is telling you that you're more powerful than you think, you're more powerful than you know. And group number 5, it is time to break that open. It is time to wake that up. And the whole time when we were talking about Divine Matrix, we were talking about how you need to wake up, right? So it's about waking up your awareness, waking up the lion, waking up your actual potential, making you realize that you have more power than you think and you are worth more than what you have currently made yourself up to be. Group number 5. Waking up the lion. This reminds me of that meme that goes around of the cat that's looking into the mirror and sees a lion shining back at him. The whole time we thought that we were a cat, but actually what should be reflected back to you is the realization that you are the lion, right? It's also similar to that story of, I think it was a lion that grew up with sheep, but he was like a cub that had no parents, right? And so sheep ended up kind of like adopting him and taking care of him. And he grew up super not powerful, and anytime a slight threat would come by, like a dog or something, which normally a lion could easily like take on a dog, the sheep would be like, oh, it's so scary. The lion, because he thought he was a sheep, because he grew up with sheep, literally thought that he was a sheep too, and would get scared of the dog and be like, oh no, I have to listen to the dog. Oh. So whatever we are currently programmed with, the universe is saying that you have maybe certain programs in your mind, certain belief systems even in your mind, that are keeping you in a shell, that are keeping you boxed up, that are keeping you limited. And again, the universe is here to wake you up out of this matrix. This is waking you up into the divine matrix, where you get to create your own matrix rather than living in the matrix that has been made for you by maybe your parents, the subconscious beliefs around that, certain things like that. So the number 5 is coming to, be as a guide by your angels, calling you to wake up and calling you to invite in this change and allow it, because this change is helping you wake up as the lion, to realize that you've been a lion this whole time. You have way more power than you think. And this is to break open your old molds, your old shell, your old limiting beliefs, the limitations that you've put on yourself. It is time to break open and realize that you're so expansive. It's almost like the same thing of putting a certain plant into a pot, right? And let's say it's a fast-growing plant, and its roots are starting to break out of the pot that we have it in, and it's being constricted. That's like you right now. Your roots are being constricted. Your entire being is being constricted, and the universe is letting you know, like, hey, big change is coming. Invite it in, because the more that you allow the change, the more that you go with the flow of the change, the easier it's going to be. The more that we go along with that change and invite it in, the easier it's going to be, because otherwise it's going to break us open. And maybe we're resisting the change, but it's going to break us open anyway. The change is going to happen regardless. But if we invite it in, it's going to be easier. If we allow the change and flow with the change, we won't be a salmon swimming upstream. Okay? So the next 3 cards that we have is New Moon in Virgo, a time to give rather than take. Also, Virgo is one of the signs that falls under the number 5, since it is sort of the planetary energy of Mercury, which is Virgo and Gemini. Right? But you don't have to be those signs in order for this to resonate. Obviously this number can show up for anybody, but it's just particularly associated with those particular signs. So a time to give rather than take. So this is a time, I think that this is more associated with Virgo, because this particular sentence I feel like isn't the most in-depth as we can get. If we talk about New Moon in Virgo, this is awakening up your healing abilities. Virgo is all about the healer, so it's time for us to heal ourselves, to heal our mind. And since it's associated with Mercury, Mercury is also the mind, our mentality. We have certain limiting beliefs on us that we need to heal. We have certain maybe old situations that have caused us to experience a particular outcome, and maybe we believe that outcome is how we need to live our life now. Maybe we believe that, that's our only outcome because we've experienced that before. We've experienced that, I have anxiety and I don't like to socialize. That's your current experience, but that just means you haven't been in the right situations to find out where you do like to socialize and you do like to have fun. That just means we haven't been brought up into the right circumstances, right? So that's just a random example, but we see how malleable the mind is, especially when we start exploring the energies of Mercury and the healing powers of Virgo. So the new moon in Virgo, it's time to wake up a brand new you, to create a brand new you. Okay? Then we also have prosperity lies ahead, new moon in Taurus. So more abundance, more prosperity, more goodness lies ahead. But we just need to go along with this shift, with this change, with this healing of ourselves, because this is providing you an opportunity, even though it might seem harsh at first. Oh, and then look we have also the new moon in Gemini too. This is crazy. We also have all new moons. This is about a new energy coming in, which makes sense. It's the number 5. Makes sense. But it's interesting. We have both Gemini and Virgo, which is the signs that are associated with the 5 energies. So it's crazy. So communication is key. Also new moon in Gemini, a new mental state. You're going to realize how malleable your beliefs are. You're going to realize how malleable reality and our matrix actually is. So watch the movie The Matrix if you guys haven't yet, because that's what y'all are going through right now. Number 5s, you're going through the matrix awakening. You're wakening up the lion. You're realizing how much more malleable our world really is with the power of the mind, and how our own limitations can keep us boxed in, or we can waken up just like this card. You guys are going through a magical shift, a magical awakening, and prosperity lies ahead of that, because when we're limited, we can only fit so much prosperity into our cup. Just like the plant that's potted in a pot that's too small. We can only invite in so much nutrients and so much water, right? Before we can't hold anymore. And we find ourselves being thirsty very quick. Like a plant that's in a pot that's too small will drink that water so fast, and you'll probably need to water it like every day, and it's gonna still be thirsty and be like, oh, I need more, because it's growing more than what the pot is allowing it. So for you, the universe is trying to break you open so you can repot yourself into a bigger pot, bigger dreams for yourself. It wants you to have bigger dreams for yourself. And prosperity lies ahead. So once you reprogram that, once you see that, once you allow that for yourself, once you believe that for yourself, you are repotting yourself into a bigger pot. And now you can hold more prosperity. So prosperity lies ahead here. The next card we have discernment. So if we've been confused so far, maybe we've been confused about, oh, what about this? What about that? Do I hang on to this, or do I let go of that? And what do I do? What is the real reality? We might be going through a confusing time because, again, we're waking up out of the matrix, and we might feel totally confused, totally clouded, because just as Neo, when he wakes up from the matrix, is like, wait, what? This is time for us to make our own story, not let anybody else put their limitations on us. What do you want to believe for yourself? Group 5. What serves you? What belief systems serve you and allow you to be your greatest? And which ones are holding you back? What are we choosing to believe? We also have rebirth. Yes, it makes total sense. So when you're born, a lot of the times we subconsciously take on our parents' belief systems, like all of us do. So you are going through, and look, we have another divine number right here, another angel number, number 22. You are going through another rebirth to where now you get to program your own thoughts instead of subconscious programs that you pick up from your parents. You are going through a whole rebirth process. Nature cycles is the next card that's here as well. So this is all part of the process, right? Because nature cycles, we all go through the 1s, the 2s, the 3s, the 4s, the 5s, the 6s, the 7s, the 8s, the 9s, and the 0s. We all go through these numerological states, right? It is just part of the whole cyclical process of life, the cyclical process of life, however you say that. So this is a reminder that you're not the only one going through this. This is a reminder that this happens to everyone. Everyone. Doesn't matter who you are, this happens to everybody. You're going through a rebirth though. This is an opportunity, and it's time to see this as an opportunity rather than a hardship. It is not a hardship, okay? This is for your benefit. It's like, do you want to stay as, or sorry, I'm getting a call right now. Hold on. So this is happening for your benefit, right? Do you want to stay as the plant that's in that tiny pot that's struggling constantly? Or do you want to go through some changes which, might seem, scary at first, like when you're changing a plant's pot, and let's say like, you're being whipped around everywhere. I said that so funny, whipped. You're being whipped around everywhere, and, the person who's repotting you is just like messing with your dirt and your roots and your stuff, and you're like, oh, this sucks. But it's like the universe putting you in that bigger pot. It's giving you that opportunity, like, let's root yourself to this bigger pot. This is for your benefit. Even though it seems like, at first, it's like taking your pet to the vet. It's like they don't like it, but it's actually for their benefit. You're going through the same process right now. Okay, group 5, so it's time to embrace it. Embrace it and enjoy it, okay? The tarot cards we have for you, we have 4 different tarot cards here. We have the 4 of Wands, King of Cups, the Page of Cups, and the Judgment card. Ooh, this is like beautifully fitting and a beautiful message here. So the 4 of Wands, it is time to create a brand new foundation, a brand new sense of security. This is a time of celebration and expansion. This is bringing you to celebration and expansion. It is also bringing you to emotional fulfillment, even though it's like starting off, it's starting off at the beginning a little bit, because again, we're having to go through a rebirth. We're having to repot ourselves and reroot ourselves, which is fine, because this is going to allow you again to bring in so much more. It's breaking you open so that you can expand more than you could have ever imagined before. Okay, prosperity lies ahead here. It is bringing you to more prosperous times, but prosperous times could not have come. What you need to realize is prosperous times could not have come if we're staying in the old pot. They will not come, and they cannot fit in there. So you need to go through this process, invite in this process, because it is so much for your benefit. And the universe really is trying to remind you that whenever you see number 55, it is a reminder, go with the flow, accept the change, allow the change, because it is expanding your pot. So you can reroot yourself, 4 of Wands, you can reroot yourself so you can fit in more water, King of Cups, instead of the Page of Cups. Of course, we're kind of starting off as a Page of Cups. We're going through the shifts, we're going through the changes, but it's bringing us to our King of Cups, to where we can invite in way more water into our pot than we've ever thought was possible. We can invite in maximum water. We have a stream, a river flowing to us now, because now we're potted in nature. We can expand as far as we want. We don't need to stay in a pot. We can expand into the side of a stream, the side of a beautiful river with a waterfall, and we're like, oh, there's unlimited water over here. I can expand all I want. I can grow as big as I want. That is what the universe is trying to bring you towards, but it's all about letting go, because the Judgment card, this is about releasing and allowing our old belief systems to be taken away, allowing the rebirth to take place, where we let go of our old judgments, our old mindsets, our old belief systems that we've had about the world and about ourselves. So this is going to be breaking down mindsets, belief systems. It is going to be waking you up, group 5, but it is all for your benefit in the end. So I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. Hit the subscribe button down below if you want to see videos like this in the future. And if so, I'll see you in my next one. Bye. All right, number 66, or number 6, I should say. If you've been seeing the number 6 around, or the repeating 6, the message for you numerologically, 6s deal with harmony and balance. Harmonizing relationships. A lot of the times they also deal with big celebrations in our lives, and like rebalancing our relationships. They can also deal with big events such as marriage, partnership, commitments, and overall just like peace and harmony. So if there's any lack of peace and harmony in your life, the 6s bring in the energy that bring us towards situations that can help us return to peace and harmony and balance. So this is a reminder to get back in balance with yourself. This is also a very healing number. It's connected to Venus. It's also about beautifying your environment, beautifying yourself, adding more beauty into the world, feeling really good, having lots of fun, feeling in alignment. It's also about like, it can be healing as well. So healing on the sense of like health issues and things like that. It brings us to balance. It helps us figure out maybe what's going wrong, and it helps us kind of, again, return to balance and harmony. If you've been seeing particularly double 6s equal to 12, which breaks down into a 3. And Threes are all about celebration. So if you've been seeing double sixes, this can talk about a big celebration coming in. It can also talk about focus on your emotional health and your mental health, rebalancing your emotions and starting to enjoy life more, bring in more enjoyment and fun into your life. So that is what double sixes are. Triple sixes would break down into a number 9. So with triple sixes, this is all about closing out old chapters, tying up loose ends. So is there people that we need to forgive? Is there people we need to apologize to? Is there certain loose ends that we need to tie up, or certain closures and closing out old chapters that we need to do? So that's all about closing out old chapters in order to invite in the new chapters. New things are coming into your life. So it's time for us to clean out our closet in order to invite in the new stuff. And, this could be talking about, our literal closet as well, the things that we own. It's very Venus, material world kind of stuff, and also relationships. What relationships do we need to tie up loose ends with? And also, what clutter can we get rid of in our life in order to welcome in the new things? So you guys might be attracted to new stuff. The universe might be calling you to renew your life a little bit, to close out those old chapters and all of that. If you have been seeing a quadruple 6, that breaks down into a 6 again. So it's all about that 6 energy. So with that being said, let's get into the oracle side of things here. So the first card we have is the power of purpose. So there's something that the universe really wants you to focus on. There's a target goal here. We also have the number 9 popping up right here. 3s, 6s, and 9s always somehow break down into 3s, 6s, and 9s. It's very interesting. But the power of purpose. There's a particular focus that you're particularly supposed to focus on right now. You are supposed to focus on that right now. You're supposed to aim for that. There's a new aim in your life, and you might be called in a new direction. Okay, so it's time to listen to that new calling, to that new direction. It is time to go full force into that. There's maybe a new vision coming into your life, or a new thing that you desire to follow or chase after, and the universe is going to be bringing that into your life. We also have opening to discovery. So this is also awakening a desire to discover more. Maybe there's a new energy coming into your life, and it is going to call you to renew certain things in your life, or to move forward, to move ahead, to get past old things, to have a new desire or a new target that we're aiming towards, and to discovering more, to unveiling more beneath the surface. We also have beautiful uncaging, so it's also time to open your emotions and open your heart, especially when it comes to forgiving, apologizing, closing out old chapters, or letting go of fear of opening your heart, fear of opening your emotions, especially if there's new things coming into your life that we'd love to open up our emotions towards, but maybe we're having a hard time. This is calling you to start to unlock your heart, start to open your heart. Maybe we've been scorned in the past, maybe we've been hurt in the past, and we've caged up our heart. This is time to start uncaging. The 6s are a reminder to come back to harmony and healing, so that we can uncage our heart, so that we can see the potential in the world, and that we can actually live that potential. Because if we're closed off, we won't be able to experience that potential. So there's a new keyhole opening. It's interesting that in this one we have a keyhole, and then we have a keyhole right here. This one, the key is not in the keyhole, but this one, the key is in the keyhole. So the key to you being able to reach your purpose, the key to you finding your purpose and finding where you need to go, is in the process of opening your heart and going down that road. Right? Because it's so easy to stay with our heart closed off, but at the same time, we don't get what we want when we stay in that place. We don't get what we want. We're not getting what we want. What does your heart really, really want? It is time to open it up to that opportunity. Sure, sometimes we might get hurt, but the experience of what we're trying to experience is worth the hardship along the way. The heart is very good at healing itself. We just need to allow it to. The heart is very good at healing itself. We just need to open up to the possibility of allowing it to. If we open up our heart puts us through the emotional processes of healing. But when we close it off with all of that gunk still in there. with all that fear just festering in there with it, that causes illness. If we open our heart and we allow ourselves to go through the emotional process, we allow our heart to guide us through that, we will begin our healing journey, and we can, come back to a balance. So this is also about swallowing your pride a little bit and doing the work that you need to in order to rebalance yourself, the people that are in your life. You're not saying that you need to rebalance them, but rebalance your relationship with them. Do what you can, at least. Do your part. Because that's going to help you open up and enter a new world. It is going to help you align to the direction you need to go in. It is going to help align you to your purpose. We also have don't let your past hold you back. What were we talking about with this card right here? Don't let your past hold you back. The South Node. We've been living in the past. The more that we keep ourselves caged up and locked down, the more that we're keeping ourselves in the past. Because if we're keeping ourselves caged because of what we've experienced, we're still living in the past, because we're still saying our past is affecting us to the point where we can no longer open up because our past did this to us, which means we're still living in the past. We're still letting the past affect us, even if the past isn't occurring anymore. The past is the past. We're in the present moment, but we're allowing the past to still affect us. How much longer do you want to do that? The universe is guiding you and calling you towards rebalancing yourself and opening yourself up, and to not let the past hold you back, because your purpose, your destiny, where you're supposed to be, who you're supposed to be with, there is someone and some type of purpose that you're supposed to be with. But if we are closed off, if we are letting the past hold us back, if we are stuck in the past and we keep returning to the past, we are keeping ourselves closed off behind the door of our purpose. We are not opening up that door. In order to open up that door, we have to uncage ourselves, let our heart be completely free from the past. Don't let your past hold you back. Look at this. We also have a time for healing. So this is so fitting. I just cannot believe how fitting these cards are for you, group 6. Wow. It is a time for healing. It is a time to open up. It is time to heal by opening up your heart. Be authentically you. Start expressing what your heart really wants to express. What do you need to release? The waning moon. What do you need to let go of? What do you need to... First of all, we need to release our past, group 6, in order for us to open up our heart, to heal, and through that healing, we unlock our heart. We open ourselves to discovery of our purpose, who we're actually meant to be with, and our deeper calling and deeper purpose. What is our deeper purpose? We're holding ourselves back from everything, from all of our future, when we are stuck in the past and we are keeping our heart closed off because we are living from the past. The next card that we have is boundaries. So there's certain cages, boundaries that we have up. There's certain boundaries that you put between you and what you desire out of scarcity of what might happen. There's certain boundaries you've put up without even realizing it, wondering, why aren't my desires coming to me? We've put up such deep walls from our heart that we can't allow in energy because it's so caged up and we're stuck in the past. And we've built up all these boundaries around it that we can't even shoot our shot. We can't even shoot our arrow to align to our target because we have a cage surrounding us. If we want to get there, we need to uncage. We need to unlock. We need to be able to wear our heart on our sleeve. We need to let down certain boundaries. And we also need to put up boundaries from our past so that we do not go into our past anymore. So instead of having your boundaries in front of you, being scared of the future because of your past, which, okay, wait, I need to show you this visually. Here's your boundary, okay? This is the boundary that you've set. I'm going to put it over here. Here's the boundary that you've set up. Here's your past. Here's your future. And here's you. So this is your past. This is you. You've put up this boundary from the future, from your future goal. Because you're scared of what the past did to you. Therefore, you're scared of the future because of what your past did to you. You're keeping yourself attached to your past. You're literally keeping yourself attached to your past and blocking your future. Your future is not your past. It doesn't have to be your past. But right now, your present moment, which is the creation of whatever your future is going to be, is going to continue to be this until we put this in the past. We put up boundaries to our past to allow us to experience our future with keeping the past blocked out. We need to put boundaries to our past. We don't no longer invite in these experiences or allow them. We don't allow this anymore. Otherwise, we're here. Put up boundaries to the past to be in your future. If we try not to put up boundaries to the past, we take away boundaries altogether, and we live like this, our future and our past are going to continue to also be the same. We're all connected now. Do you want to still be connected to your past? Do you want to continue experiencing your past? No. Boundaries here. Future here. I hope that visualization brings up more sense to what I'm talking about. So please, if you are watching, I hope you watched that because that was very powerful in explaining this whole process. But yeah, that is that. With that being said, that is the concept of the boundaries card. The next two, we also have prosperity. Green garnet. Green is connected to the heart chakra. We can have a prosperous heart. We can be so full of beautiful emotion if we allow ourselves to. We can have beautiful connection, the number two. We can have a beautiful connection in our future if we allow ourselves to. And look at this, we have deep healing. A time for healing, deep healing. What am I talking about? All these cards, they're just reiterating message after message after message. It is time to heal your heart so that you can have a prosperous, abundant emotional future that is connected to what you desire in your future rather than connected to your past. With that being said, our last few cards, we have these ones right here. We have Justice, Three of Wands, and the Knight of Swords. This is the finisher right here. And it kind of reiterates the message that I was giving with the boundaries a little bit, because Justice, she's holding the sword to cut away whatever's holding her back. She's putting up boundaries. Justice is the justice system. Finally liberating yourself, because it's also about liberty. This is liberty right here. This is creating your own liberty. You get to create it. You get to decide it by putting up the boundaries where you want to put it, by putting down the law. Justice is the creator of law. You need to create law in your life. You need to also speak your authentic truth. Speak your authentic truth and lay down the law and live by that law. Wherever you put your boundaries is what you're going to experience. If you don't put up any boundaries at all, you're going to experience it all. You're going to connect future and past. We need to put a boundary to our past. We can still learn from it, but we, cut out our connection to that so that we can stop experiencing that. And so that we don't need to feel like we need to cage our heart anymore. You're going to continue to feel like you need to cage your heart unless you cut out the past and actually put up walls and boundaries to disconnect from the past. Yes, it is hard. Lots of us are emotionally attached to our past, regardless if it was bad or not. We're still emotionally attached to it. Many of us are. When are we going to when we're going to liberalize ourselves or put liberty to ourselves, like freedom? When are we going to give ourselves the freedom to go and create a new future? When is that a good time? The time is now. The time is now. Whenever you see a 6, it's the time is now. The time is now to create harmony in your life. And how do we create that harmony? We need to switch where we're putting the boundary. We cannot continue putting the boundary in our future. We have to put the boundary to our past. And then look into our future. 3 of Wands. 3 of Wands also talks about, we have the future wand, we have the present wand, and we have the past wand. What do we want to connect to? Who do we see ourselves connecting to? Is this the person from our past that we're connecting to? Because we can only decide one. We can't decide both unless we want to enjoy our past and our future together. Which, trust me, that's not going to lead to a good place. Because if your past caused you to feel this, then your future is going to be that. Until we decide to put up those boundaries. And only go into the future. Knight of Swords, you need to cut something out of your life. group 6. The universe is calling you to lay down the law and lay down the boundaries, make decisions and stick to them by cutting away what is holding you back so that you can heal and open up your heart to your future rather than living in your past. We're wondering why? Why can we not create our future, group 6? Why can we not create our future? We cannot create our future because of where we're deciding to put the boundary, where we're deciding to put the walls up. And that is what we have there, group 6. That is what the universe is telling you when it is bringing up the number 6 to you. The number 6 is so that we can harmonize our future, so that we can find balance and peace, and so that we can experience the beautiful Venus energy of number 6, which is love, romance, prosperity, abundance. That cannot happen when we are caged up and we're putting a boundary towards our future rather than towards our past. So that is what we have there for a message for you, group 6. I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button down below if you want to see videos like this in the future. And if so, I'll see you in my next one. Bye. All right, so number 7, if you've been seeing the number 7 around, we're going to be talking about the numerology. We're going to be talking about the spirit messages. So first off, the numerology of number 7, it is associated with the moon. This is all about spiritual awakenings, awakening your unconscious mind, huge epiphanies, huge realizations, getting downloads, getting just random epiphanies out of nowhere, getting guidance, being called to your purpose, being called to go inwards and reflect. It's a huge reflection number. And it is also where we awaken just huge realizations, where we gain clarity and we gain knowledge. We might be drawn to learning new things. We might be drawn to learning from our past. We might be drawn towards teaching, to, utilizing our knowledge and what we've learned to help others. We might be aligning to a bigger purpose at this time and feeling like we desire to do that. So, huge message about spiritual awakenings on its way. And yeah, all of it's good though. By the way, one thing I want to talk about, if you've been seeing double sevens, triple sevens, and quadruple sevens all are slightly different. Double sevens break down into a 5 energy. So it's all about massive shifts and awakenings that happen in a very whoa, unexpected, whoa, sort of way. And so if you've been seeing double sevens, this is talking about massive spiritual awakenings happening unexpectedly, unexpected circumstances leading you towards grand epiphanies, grand knowledge, huge lessons, and amazing growth. Triple sevens break down into a number 3. And the number 3s are all about something to celebrate. So this is like a time of enjoyment, a time of realizing a new thing that excites us, a new piece of knowledge that excites us. And so this is the universe telling us that there's something new and exciting coming your way that'll offer deep spiritual growth, deep spiritual healing, and greater wisdom. Quadruple sevens equal a number 1. And number 1s are associated with brand new beginnings, a whole new start. So if you've been seeing quadruple sevens, this is telling you that whatever this new spiritual awakening is going to shift your path dramatically. You are going to be put onto a brand new path to where you decide and desire to reset your whole life, to do something entirely new with your life, to go in a brand new direction. So it's going to be a massive awakening, to say the least. So that is the numerology of number 7. With that being said, let's talk about this. So birds of a feather. Some of you might be having big changes in your friendships. We also have a number 7 right up here. The 2 and the 5 is a 7. So here's another 7 for us. For you though, this could be an indication that you desire to have new friends that understand this new you. You're going through a huge change where you're realizing brand new things and you're changing as a person, and you're probably going to desire to be around people who get you and understand you. Not saying that your previous friends won't or that they're going to fall out of your life. They might not. But there is a desire to bring in new people that do really resonate with you, to have some new connections that understand you and get you. So that is one aspect of this card coming up associated with the number 7. We also have exposed and revealed. There's new knowledge just literally popping into your life, getting exposed, getting revealed. You are seeing things that you've never been able to see or understand before. You are starting to see the bigger picture behind why things happen. You are starting to understand deep knowledge before anybody even tells it to you. Like, people will come up to you with a situation that they're going through, and you'll almost see the answer and the why before they're even done talking about it. Even if you haven't even experienced this particular thing before, you will just somehow understand it on a deep level to where you feel like you just get it. Like, people can't almost hide anything from you anymore. You're also going through a highly sensitive, highly intuitive time where your spiritual gifts are awakening. That's another aspect of 7. When your spiritual gifts awaken, they're getting exposed and revealed. Your third eye is probably opening at this time. You are realizing how intuitive you are, and probably people are having a hard time, you know, slipping it by you. Like, if people are trying to, you know, lie or, you know, hide the truth of something, you're able to see it right away. Like, your intuition is opening up more than ever right now, group 7. Because that's what the 7s are all about, is the exposing of great spiritual mysteries. Mysteries all of a sudden becoming super known and seen, but only by you, it seems. You know, and then we also have, or other number 7s, all number 7s will kind of be going through this. But yeah, a powerful move is the next card that we have. And this coming up in this particular, you know, pile, I think one of the messages from Spirit is that this is going to bring you to a place where you're awakening your inner power. You're awakening more of your potential than you ever have before. You might be called to do new things. You might be called to make some powerful moves in your life. You might be called to make some decisions that you've never had inklings before. You might be inclined to like quit your job all of a sudden. You might be inclined to like move to a different city all of a sudden. You might be inclined to like make some major move in your life because of these new realizations, because all of a sudden you're seeing the bigger picture. You're seeing things with clarity. Things are just making sense to you. Your intuition is so strong at this time, group 7. And so the universe is calling you towards waking this up more, getting in touch with people that understand you, connecting more with people that are on that same wavelength as you. And it is calling you towards making these new moves in your life, to make these powerful changes and powerful decisions. The next 3 cards that we have luck is on your side, new moon in Sagittarius. So there's a new aim for you. There's a new direction, new moon in Sagittarius, a powerful move, a brand new aim is coming to you. It's going to be spontaneous, and it's going to feel passionate. It's going to feel like it's aligned to your purpose and where you're supposed to be going. Also, when we get this, it is about luck being on your side and also about expansion. It's very Jupiter energy. It's time for us to expand. We're all of a sudden interested in this and that. We want to discover everything. We want to see everything now because we're starting to see how much we don't know. We're starting to see how much we never knew before. And now I want to discover more. We want to search and seek for it all. You guys are becoming the seeker of mysteries, the seeker of the unknown, the seeker of truth. And yeah, luck is on your side at this time. Like, this is full of good energy. This is full of like leading you in the right direction. This is full of your intuition leading you in the right direction, where we don't even know why we're getting these inklings to go in these new directions. It's just like, that's what I feel right now. That's my purpose. I feel calling towards it. It's leading you in the right direction. We also have your commitment is being tested. So how much do you want this new direction? It's kind of like, I keep thinking about the Matrix in some of these groups, and this one's also reminding me of the Matrix. Your commitment is being tested. It's like when Morpheus offers Neo the blue or red pill. And I forgot which, I think the red pill is the one where you wake up. And Morpheus is kind of like, is that what you want? Like, okay, are you really committed to it? Are you committed to waking up? And it's kind of like that question of when you kind of like say like, yeah, and then you're like, okay, wait. That's a big yeah. Am I really ready for it? Am I really going to do it? So whatever this big move is, your commitment is being tested. Are you really going to do it? Are you going to do it? Believe in the impossible, the blue moon. So there's new things, new miracles, new ways of looking at the universe than you've ever realized before. Good luck can happen to you in many profound ways right now, Group 7. The universe is also asking you to believe in miracles, believe in the impossible, because the impossible is real. That's why it happens. That's why we even have that word. We wouldn't have the word if it didn't occur. And if it didn't occur, then it wouldn't exist. But it does occur. So the impossible does exist. So it's time to start believing in the impossible, because those things can start appearing for you and start happening for you. So do you want miracles to happen in your life, to see and believe in magic in the world? Again, if it didn't exist, if it never existed, the word itself would not exist, because we wouldn't have had a situation to describe with a word. That would never come up. So it's time to believe in the impossible. Group 7, you are waking up in many ways. We also have purity. So you're taking off the blindfold of the mask and starting to see, you're kind of like losing your innocence of the world and opening up the true veil and seeing beyond. Like, I keep thinking about the Matrix, and I keep thinking about waking up from the Matrix and seeing beyond. You are really stepping into your own maturity right now, Group 7. And one of the messages from the universe is that you are growing up right now in ways that you've never had before. You are developing in ways that you never have before. Your mind, your emotions, your soul is opening up and developing in ways that it never has before. We also have the card here of communication. So this is opening up your throat chakra. This is all about learning new things, listening to the universe. This is being called to maybe study and learn new things. The desire for that, also maybe even the desire to teach it, the desire to speak your truth. And we also have the card here of balance. Ooh, and we have the shaman stones. That's about healing too. So maybe there's also a desire for you to begin to heal other people, because now you're seeing so much of the truth, so much of, what has been hidden from you, right? Because we've lived our life mostly hidden. And as we begin to wake up, as we begin to go down this new path, as we begin to make these new moves and start exposing and revealing new things and making these new connections, we're starting to see so much more. We're starting to lift this veil more and more. And new communication is coming in from the new connections. New information is coming in. This is all about information and us seeing that. And us trying to balance, our spirituality and practicality. We're trying to find the connection between that, and we're making those connections. We're wanting to see more, learn more, do more. There's a huge internal awakening, making connections between your past and how it brought you to your future, and seeing the purpose. This is all about seeing purpose behind everything. Okay, so with that being said, the next few cards that we have, of course, you guys have the High Priestess. It just makes so much sense. So we have the High Priestess, the Ace of Pentacles, and the Ace of Wands. Spiritual awakenings, awakenings of what the real world really is, huge intuitive awakenings, intuitive hits, realizing that you have spiritual gifts, realizing that they are real, realizing that the impossible is real. Realizing that you can manifest and call in any opportunity to you. This is a realization of your actual power and what you really deserve and what you can really bring into your life, what you can really create. I think you guys are getting called to create something right now, but you haven't yet revealed what that is. Some of you guys might still only see like a slight picture of it, but there's this new calling to create something new, to make a big, new, powerful move. And you will be seeing what that is soon. The universe is calling you and saying like, yes, we approve of that. That is for you. That is part of your purpose. And it is starting to grow, starting to blossom. This new idea is starting to grow and starting to blossom. It's saying, yes, follow that. And believe in the impossible. You can do this. You can have this. You can have this big vision. Group 7. You can. It's all about shifting how you view things. So this is all about that spiritual awakening. This is about realizing you can have anything. This is about awakening those internal gifts and your spiritual nature, realizing your own internal power. So that is what we have here for you, group number 7. I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button down below if you want to see videos like this in the future. And if so, I'll see you in my next one. Bye. All right, so group number 8, if the number 8 has been popping up in your life and following you around, then we're going to be talking about what that means for you. So numerologically, the 8s are all about infinite potential unlocking. This is also about great luck. 8s are always associated with good luck, but it's also associated with the planet Saturn, which means that you need to be committing to something. We need to set up proper boundaries in our life so that we're committing to our goal, so that we're on a particular routine that we're going to get to where we want to go. So if there's a vision that you want, it's time to hunker down and commit to it. Because 8s are sort of like wide open energy, right? They're the infinity. So it means infinity is open in front of you. But we are, very directional beings. We can't just everywhere, right? So we have to go in a particular direction. So it's asking you, what is it that you desire right now? What do you desire? You have infinite potential in front of you right now. This is also a time when money is going to start manifesting very easily. Your purpose is going to start to come into your life and be actualized. This is a time of great manifestation. You can start to manifest all your different goals. We just need to be defined of what they are. So if you have like 5 different goals you want to reach, you can manifest them. This is mean you have ultimate potential as long as you know what they are, so that we can actually go in all of those areas. We're directional. We need to have direction. Otherwise, we stay stagnant, right? Even when there's infinite potential, we stay stagnant if we do not have direction. So building up that direction and then making it all just going down that road, making it happen, committing to that vision, that is important. That Saturn, that discipline, sticking to it, is going to offer you and open you to the greatest potentials that you've ever seen ever before. So that's what 8s are. It's also all about good luck. So if good luck is on your side, it's great luck. So if you've been seeing double 8s break down into the number 7. And so 7 influences the double 8s. And then there's also different energy for triple 8s or quadruple 8s, depending on what you've been seeing. If it's only been a single digit 8, then it's all about just the 8 energy. But double digit 8s, the 88, is ruled by the number 7. And so the number 7 is all about big epiphanies, big spiritual awakenings, your purpose becoming, known. So if you've been seeing double 8s, 88, then this is a sign that your purpose is now awakening. You're going to get a glimpse at what your purpose is. You're going to start to see that. Your talents are beginning to awaken. And this is also when we have certain talents that we then realize that we've had all along. And we're like, oh, I've had this gift all along. I'm really talented in this. It's time, and the universe is telling you it's time to start utilizing them and to keep a lookout, because different opportunities are going to now present to you different gifts that you've had, different talents that you've had. So keep a lookout for that. If you have been seeing triple 8s, triple 8s equal into a 6. And so the 6 energy is about harmony, about relationships. So this is great luck in harmony and relationships. This is also saying this is good business luck, because this is also about harmonizing certain things. So certain things that have felt maybe out of alignment or difficult, or we've been struggling to get by in them, the triple 8s signify that those are going to start balancing themselves out, and that we have great luck on our side for all of that balancing itself out and creating more harmony and bringing in more finances and material wealth, since it's very Venus energy as well. So that is that. And then the quadruple 8 breaks down into a number 5. This is saying that there is great luck in taking risks and chances, and that different opportunities to make massive shifts and massive changes are coming your way. And you might get desires to massively change your life, or the universe might be massively changing your life for you, and it's telling you don't be scared of it, because it's bringing you good luck. These big changes are actually disguises, blessings in disguise. So that is that. Let's get into your oracle cards. So this is going to be a little message from the universe, going deeper into this number and a personal message for you. So we have bearing fruit, bearing the fruits of your labor. So whatever you've been working toward, the vision that you've been having, this card talks about how you're going to start to reap the benefits of your hard work very soon. The tree that you've been planting, what you've been rooting yourself into, is going to start bearing the fruit. The abundance is coming your way. So keep a lookout. The abundance is coming your way. That's very fitting for the number 8, by the way. So yeah, a great message connected to the number 8. Abundance is coming your way. Money is going to be flowing in. Luck is on your side. Good miracles are coming in. We also have sacred reverence. So connecting to what you need to connect to, your bigger purpose. What do you want to do in the world? What is the footprint you want to leave behind? Because we cannot create abundance without providing value. Value and abundance are very connected. What is your purpose? What value are you providing? Are you doing it from the good of your heart? Because that always gives out more fruit when you do it from your heart. Okay, that is where the most nutrients and the nutrient-rich emotions and actions come from, is from the heart. And that also yields the greatest gifts and fruits and abundances. Oh, we also have healing the heart. So some of you might need to go through some healing. There might be self-doubt that arises at times. There might be self-deprecation that arises at times where we think, I'm not good enough, or like, do I really deserve all of that? Like, I can't get that type of abundance. So there might be part of you that's scared of not being worthy of that abundance, or scared of failing, or scared of trusting yourself, scared of trusting the universe, scared of taking risks. We might talk down to ourselves at times. We might doubt ourselves at times. Self-doubt is a huge one that comes up when we get healing the heart. And so when the number 88 comes up, the universe is telling you the abundance is there. The ultimate potential is there. Heal the way that you talk to yourself. Give yourself reassurance rather than tearing yourself down, because if you tear yourself down, you tear away your potential. You tear away what's possible for you, because nobody is going to take action on something that they think they're going to fail at, something that they think they're not good enough or not worthy of. They're not going to take action on it. Nobody does. Therefore, you're never going to get there. But if you uplift yourself, if you believe in yourself, you heal your heart to empower yourself. If you begin to empower yourself, you are going to take action on the things that are potentially going to bring you the great success, because we now feel worthy of it. We know that we are worthy of it. Therefore, we're willing to take the action to get there, because we know that it is possible. If we believed it was impossible, we would never take the action. So you have to believe that it is possible. So the healing the heart comes in. This is a reminder from the universe. Anytime you see the number 8, anytime you see it, group 8, this is a reminder to give yourself the love and nourishment that you need, and the encouragement and the empowerment that you need and that you deserve. Otherwise, that infinite potential is wasted, and the universe does not want you to waste it, group 8. They do not want you to waste it. They want you to go for it. Okay? The next card that we have, the energy is gaining momentum, waxing moon. You are building up momentum right now, group 8. You are building up the momentum. If you keep going, that momentum is going to build exponentially, because that's how momentum builds. It builds exponentially, like rolling a boulder down a cliff. It speeds up and speeds up and speeds up. It's going to be first really hard to get the boulder moving at first, because it's a boulder. It's going to be really hard to get it moving. But once it's moving, it is unstoppable. The energy is gaining momentum. So you are right now cultivating unstoppable force. But we need to believe in ourselves. Otherwise, we'll never take the action to roll the boulder down the hill if we don't believe that we could do it anyway. If you don't believe that you could actually roll that down the hill, you're not going to do it. But if you believe that you can, you're not going to quit until it's rolling. Then we also have the card of step out of your comfort zone, the North Node. So connect to your destiny. We might have to step outside of our comfort zones. We might have to do things that we've never done before, and it might feel uncomfortable because we have to put ourselves out there. And maybe we feel vulnerable. Maybe we're putting ourselves in a position where we feel vulnerable because we're taking a risk at something that we know we want to do, but we're like, I don't know if I can do it, but I want to try. It's time to step outside of your comfort zone and go for what you desire. The North Node is your destiny. That is what it represents. So step out of your comfort zone. Otherwise, you're never going to change. You're never going to get where you want to go unless you step outside of it. Then we also have fruition. So we have bearing fruit and fruition. All of this is coming to a culminating point of fruition. It is coming to the place where it is bearing the fruit, where you get to pick the fruit, eat the fruit, be in the abundance of it. It is going to pay off. It is growing. The energy is gaining momentum. It is growing. Your plant is growing. Just keep watering it and it will get there. It will blossom. Your heart will blossom. You need to keep empowering yourself, giving yourself that encouragement. That is what the 8 is talking about. The 8 is talking about that this is growing to fruition, but do not stop. The energy is gaining momentum. You have to continue to step outside of your comfort zones and to continue to give yourself empowerment and encouragement. And the universe is reminding you of that infinite potential, the power, and the encouragement whenever you see the number 8. That is what it is telling you. We also have the card here of transformation. So it's time to go through a huge transformation and be a channel. So the universe wants you to create a clear channel, a clear road, so that you can get where you want to go. The universe is also giving you messages right now, giving you intuitive hits, gut feelings like, hey, I need to do this right now. The universe is giving you that guidance, but you need to actually step outside of your comfort zone and do it in order to get there. You're going through a massive transformation right now as well, where you're stepping into your infinite potential, which means you can change and become anything right now. You can change and become anything. What do you desire to become, Group 8? What does your heart truly want? It is time to unlock that and tell your heart, like, hey, I can do that. I know that I can. I am worthy of that. Be it, do it, have it. You are at number 8. This is all the good luck on your side. It is time to transform yourself into the person that you desire to be, because right now you have infinite potential around you. You are that already. Just step into it. Connect to that channel. Connect to that TV channel. Connect to that frequency. Just as we turn a stereo knob, all of the channels exist on that stereo. You are that stereo that has all of the channels connected to it. You just need to change your particular frequency to the one that already exists inside of you, but you need to tap into that. You need to tap into that channel and transform into that person. You already have it within you. It is about unlocking that. That's why we have that key there. It is about unlocking it so that the fruit can grow. The code already exists within you, my love, number 8. It's already there. We just need to empower ourselves to see it. We have the card, the universe. We have the card, Moonchild. Ooh, and we have the card, the Page of Swords. This is so fitting. Okay. Your mind is what's holding you back right now. Your belief systems, but they're minor. The universe is telling you right now that they're minor compared to your potential and to what you are holding and harboring within you. The power that you are holding and harboring within you is so much greater than these small little thoughts that you have that are holding you back right now. Look at her. She's even pointing at her mind. She's like, hey, I need to cut this out. The sword. I need to cut out these bad thinking patterns that are keeping me locked away. I need to give myself self-love that I deserve, the encouragement, so that I can feed myself, nourish myself what I need in order to grow to fruition, to have my dream life. The universe is at your fingertips, literally. You are the creator of your story, the Moonchild. You are this like intuitive, like ultimate being. And you can grow into whatever you decide to be. I can't believe you guys even had the card, the universe here. Like, literally, this is talking about ultimate potential. This is so fitting for the number 8. This is infinity. Infinity is at your fingertips, number 8. And this is the universe's reminder every time you see the number 8. It is the universe's reminder that the universe is at your fingertips. You just need to commit that Saturn energy. You need to commit to it. You need to stick to a plan. You need to create a routine. You need to cut out anything that is holding you back, not serving you, routines and habits that are standing in your way, so that you can actually tap into that person that you desire to be. That is what the universe is telling you every time it shows you the number 8. Okay? That is what we have here for you, group number 8. I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, I know it was an intense message, but it was a good message. Okay? So I'm sending you guys all my love. Again, if you enjoyed it, don't forget to hit the like button down below. Hit the subscribe button if you want to see future videos like this. And if so, I'll see you in my next one. Bye. All right, so group number 9. If you have been seeing the number 9 following you around, we're going to talk about the numerology and get into the universal messages that they have for you at this time. So the number 9 signifies that we are wrapping up an old phase of our life. It also signifies that we are about to birth into a new phase. So it's a time when we are closing out loose ends. It is a time when we are closing out old chapters where we're realizing that, we've outgrown these certain things. We've made it to the top of the mountain in all these different ways, and it's time for us to seek out a new mountain that we want to climb. It is time for us to kind of, make a new sort of beginning for us. So we've really begun to reach certain peaks in our lives or reach certain realizations, and we're kind of wanting to make a new start for ourselves. It's also when we're calling in our manifestations that maybe have not happened yet. Those are going to start coming in now because it is closing out this old chapter of your life. And that is what the number 9 represents. It's also very interesting because all the other numbers, like double 2s, triple 2s, things like that, quadruple 2s, they all kind of meant something different, because when you have a double 2, its root energy is number 4. A triple 2, the root energy is number 6, and so on and so forth. But the 9s, their consecutive energies, their root energies all equal the number 9. So no matter which number 9 that you've been seeing, whether it's double, triple, quadruple, it all means the same thing. It's all about closing out an old chapter and about to step into a new beginning. So very powerful energy, number 9s. Let's get into your oracle. So we have great and full. So you are literally beginning to complete a phase where you're learning what really truly fills my cup, what really truly fulfills me, and what doesn't. It is time for you to close out the chapters that no longer fill your cup. And it's time to start welcoming in and figuring out what does really fulfill you at the end of the day. It is seeking out and finding and fulfilling all those empty aspects of yourself and desiring to finally fill those places. And you're going to be seeking that and doing that in many different ways right now. So if the number 9 has been following you, it is calling you, and the universe is telling you to focus on filling your own cup right now. It is not time to focus on filling other people's cups. And if that's something that really fulfills you, then sure, but it's also about fulfilling your cup. Focus on you right now. Your life is very important right now because you're about to birth into a new phase. So when you create this rebirth, do you want to create it from a place of fulfillment, or do you want to create it from a place of I feel like my past is unfinished? Because then that means your new cycle is going to be about desiring to still complete the past. So it's time to wrap up loose ends. It is time to complete old things so that you can begin this new chapter with a brand new, clean canvas, blank canvas, so that you can paint and do whatever you decide in the future. So now it's time to start wrapping up those loose ends, clearing things out of the closet so that we can welcome in the new furniture. It's almost like the number 9 is almost like when we're about to go through a renovation. And do we want to have a renovation when all of our old furniture is in there and then still have our old furniture in there when the renovations are done? No, probably not, especially if it's all ripped up and torn up. It is time to get rid of it. So the number 9 is like, hey, the renovations are starting next week. I need to clean out the whole closet. I need to get rid of all this old junk so that I can have this renovation, have this clean slate, and then I could get, new things that represent this new chapter of my life. And I can align to all the things that represent this new chapter. So what is going to represent that new chapter for you? Okay, so it's time for you to decide and figure that out. We also have shining through. It is time to not hold back. It is time to let your light shine from this place of fulfillment. It is time to be your authentic self, express your authentic truth so that you can close out these old chapters. Right now is a time to be honest. Honest with yourself and honest with others. Like, hey, I know we've had this couch for a while. I know it is sentimental. We have memories. But it is ripped up and torn up and it is time to go. So it's time to make these tough decisions, and it's time to express your authentic truth. How are you really feeling? What is really holding you back? Cut it out. What is really fulfilling you? Move in that direction. We also have a deep breath. This is time to also be calm, enjoy, and also internal reflection. So if you are confused right now, if you're going through a time of like, what do I decide? What do I do? Go within, return to a calm state, because when we're in a calm state, we can better see and understand what our body needs and desires and wants, and what our body internally has been telling us and giving us hints about, like, hey, this is not it. You know, if you're confused about something, most likely it is not fully fulfilling you. There's something here that needs adjustment, or we need to seek out something that is actually truly fulfilling for us, because we might just be, you know, in an illusion trying to make something fit when it's not fitting. If the shoe does not fit, don't try to force it. You know, a lot of us, sometimes we get like new pairs of shoes online. I don't know if you guys have ever had this experience of like ordering shoes online, and then, you know, you order your same size, but it comes in, it's like too small or slightly too big, because every shoe company has like a slightly different way of making their stuff, right? And so sometimes it can come in and it might not be the exact correct size, but maybe it was like the only size left. Maybe we spent so much money on it. Maybe the company didn't have a return policy and we're just stuck there and we're just like, no, it fits. I mean, I love the shoe. I love it. It totally fits. It's not making my foot hurt at all. It's totally great. Isn't it beautiful? Okay. If you're confused about it, it probably means the shoe's not quite right. We might need to send it back and get a different pair. Right? So this is a time, number 9 is the time to be fully honest with yourself. And if you're confused, again, take a deep breath and ask yourself the real questions. Does this really fit? Or am I just hoping that it fits? Because if so, we got to make some changes. Number 9 is the time to make changes. Otherwise, you're going to be repeating the same 10-year cycle. Well, not necessarily 10-year cycle, but the numerology does usually stick around for like a year or so. Right? Or sometimes it can follow us around for a long time. But how long do we want to stay in the 9 energy before we have our brand new beginning? Okay. We also have the card of meditate and contemplate. I'm going to put that one right over here because that goes along with this card right bright and center perfectly. What is your dream fantasy? Pisces, new moon in Pisces. What is your new dream fantasy? Ask yourself, what does your fantasy life look like? What does it look like? Meditate on that. Contemplate on that. Does your life currently fit that? You know, it's probably not quite there yet. What's holding you back from that? What is not in full alignment? And also a thing to remember is you cannot change things outside of yourself. So do not try to change things outside of yourself and your control, because those things do not change. They're outside of us. So really ask yourself, you know, unless it's your house. I mean, you can change your house, but you can't like go and yell at your neighbor hoping that they're going to change one day. If your neighbor ain't going to change one day, sometimes we just got to move if we're not liking our current spot. So meditate and contemplate. What does your dream fantasy look like? What fits in that picture? What does not? It's time to be fully authentic. Let your light shine. Don't hold back. Don't let anything dim your light. What are the things that are dimming your light in your life? Is there something that's dimming your light? Because it's time to actually think about, hey, I'm in a completion phase right now. What chapters do I want to complete and what chapters do I want to make brand new? We also have the card here of a personal issue reaches resolution, full moon in Cancer. You're going to be coming across many epiphanies and many resolutions in the next little bit. There could also be a new resolution about diet very soon for you guys, just because Cancer is connected to the stomach and resolutions. A lot of us have like dietary changes that we want to do, right? And I'm filming this in the new year, so my brain is just automatically connected to like resolutions, new year. So there could be something like that. And so what really fills our cup, what really gives us the nutrients that we need, some of us might need to actually change a little bit of that. So it's time to focus on, what do I really need and desire in my life, and what has been dimming my light? What has been dimming my energy, stealing my energy, taking it away? Full moon in Cancer is also connecting to where are your emotions pulling you towards? Where do your emotions always pull you towards? It's time to go for it. The next card is darkness. So sometimes we can feel confused. Sometimes we can feel like we're going through a period of like confusion of like, whoa, this is closing out old chapters. What's to come next? The darkness is because you're reaching the quantum field of unlimited potential. We reach the unknown. When we close out an old chapter, we open up the unknown, the new chapter. We don't know what's coming next. And guess what? When it's your life, you get to decide what comes next. That's why we have that blank canvas. So the darkness is the same as the blank canvas. You get to write and jot down whatever you want to experience there. You get to paint your new picture. And that's the Pisces. You get to dream up a new thing. Meditate and contemplate, what do you desire next? This is a phase asking you, and the universe is telling you like, hey, you're closing out an old cycle right now. Certain things are coming to an end right now. What do you desire next? It doesn't mean everything's coming to an end, but it definitely means like certain chapters are closing. So what do you desire? What is your fantasy life next? Because the universe is going to align you to that path as long as you make it clear. But you need to make it clear. We have angels. Angels are on your side right now, my love. 9 is also one of the most powerful numbers that is in all of existence, okay? So the angels are here. You're going from a 9 to a 1. You're going full circle right now. Your angels are here right now, guiding you. What do you desire? You can ask anything. You can ask for anything right now. And the path will be illuminated. It's dark right now because maybe we're not entirely, we don't have an entire clear picture of what it is that we desire. That's what the darkness means. There's no clear picture. So we have to make a clear picture, group 9. And we will be led there. The next card we have is protection. You are divinely protected through all of this. There's no need to fear new cycles. There's no need to fear endings of certain things. There's no need to fear that. You are divinely protected and your new pathway is unfolding. We just need to trust that and continue going down that road. The tarot cards that we have for you. We have the 10 of Swords. We have the 3 of Pentacles. And we have the King of Wands. So you're probably going through a time where maybe a lot of thoughts are on you, maybe there might be a lot of pressure on you, and the universe wants to remind you to focus on your vision. King of Wands, you have infinite potential. You can sit in the director's chair. You can let your uniqueness shine. New connections are being made. There is more available to you than you realize. There's more options available to you than you realize. You can make any vision you desire. What do you desire? Don't let it weigh on you. Don't let it be a burden. Allow it to be fun. Enjoy the process of it. Get creative with it. What inspires you the most? It's time to get creative and enjoy it. Enjoy it because you get to paint any picture. You're like a writer of a fantasy novel. What do you want to write? Get excited about it. You get to write anything. There's no control. There's no blockages here. There's no limitations. You get to do and write whatever you desire. So what do you desire? So whenever you see the 9s, it's a reminder from the universe, hey, you're in the director's chair right now. You are closing out an old chapter, about to open up a new one. We want to remind you to send in your list of what you desire to experience because, baby, that's what is coming next. And if you do not decide, then the universe gets to decide for you and you continue on your very regular path. But if you decide, then that is going to be what is written for you. So I'm sending you guys all of my love. Group number 9. I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button down below if you wish to see videos like this in the future. And if so, I'll see you in my next one. Bye. All right, so my zeros. If you've been seeing zeros very often, this is another number to look out for. Zeros are incredibly powerful. They represent infinity. They represent ultimate potential because this is the beginning stages. Nothing is yet defined. There is nothing. There is zero. There is a blank slate. You are stepping into the unknown. If you've been seeing this around, it's the universe's message that you are stepping into the unknown right now. And it's also calling you to step more into that. Yes, it might be an unsure time, but it's also a beautiful time because that is a blank canvas page where you get to write whatever you desire. You have infinite potential. You can become anyone right now. You have no karma attached. Zeros also mean that you're going through a time where you've also cleared up your karma and you're at a blank slate. You don't have to owe anybody nothing. You have good karma right now, and you can create anything. It's also a reminder to watch out what you decide, because again, you have a blank slate of karma right now. Do you want to build up your karma, or do you want to, continue that blank slate and just create good karma? So whoever you decide to be right now is going to dictate your future. If you are a good person, of course, you're going to get good karma. Okay? All that kind of stuff. So who do you desire to be right now? What do you desire? Because you get to paint any image. You're on a blank canvas, baby. So that is that. With that being said, that is a numerology of 0. Let's get into the actual messages from the universe here with our oracle cards and our tarot cards. So for our oracle cards, we have Into Me I See. Ooh. So this is also a reminder to look into yourself. What do you desire? And we also have this big O right here, which is kind of like a big 0 on this card. So it's kind of lighting up like, hey, there is ultimate potential here. Tap into yourself. This is time to tap into you. This is a universal reminder like, hey, tap into your soul. Who are you and what do you want to be? Because you get to decide. You don't have like a particular blueprint right now. You don't have a particular thing that you need to do or need to fulfill from the universe. The universe doesn't have any lessons for you right now. You get to just have a blank slate and decide, what do I want to experience right now? You're at a blank slate. There is no particular lesson that you need to go through right now. This blank slate, baby. So what do you want? What do you desire? And as you figure that out, more is going to be revealed. And also look at, we have the 8 here, which is also the infinity sign on this card. Okay, very powerful. We also have the card of endless possibilities. Wow, that is so fitting, obviously, as you guys know, because of what we've been talking about. So endless possibilities, so fitting. I mean, what more can I say? That card just talks about the fact that there's infinite potential in front of you. There are endless possibilities. You can go in any direction. You can do anything right now. So group 0, if you have been seeing this number, this is a very, very powerful number and powerful message telling you about endless possibilities, telling you to go within and ask yourself, what do you desire right now? Because you can have anything, anything. Okay? We also have a tall tale. So think big. You can create any tale you want for yourself. Do you want to think big or do you want to think small? What experience do you want? It's really up to you. There's no right or wrong answer. It is up to you. Do you desire to dream bigger than you have before? Do you desire to expand? Do you desire to keep it simple? What do you desire? And do you desire to keep it simple because you don't believe you could have more? Because you can. The universe is telling you that right now. You have ultimate potential. You can change your entire beliefs right now. You can pull anything out of this hat. This is the magician's hat. You can pull anything out of there right now. We also have the full moon in Gemini. The answers you need are coming. So if you're confused or maybe you're like between like, do I want this or do I want that? What's going to be really fulfilling to me? By exploring you, by exploring different options, by expanding yourself into different realms right now. You're going to find and discover, but now is a time to be curious, Gemini. It is a time to be curious. The 0s, the universe is like giving you your ultimate playground. They're like, hey, be curious right now. Go explore. Go learn. Go get your feet wet in anything that you desire, because this is going to help you figure out what path you want to take. And remember, you have endless possibilities in front of you right now. We also have expect powerful change, new moon eclipse. So whatever you do decide is going to bring about huge change in your life. Of course, obviously, because at 0, this can turn into anything. If we desire to attach to the number 4, this is going to turn into a number 4. If we desire to attach to the energy of 6, this is going to turn into a 6. It's depending on what we desire. So try out it all, get curious. And then expect powerful change, because here you can step into any reality. You can step into anything. If you're a number 2, in order to start experiencing the energy of 8, you'll need to tap into the energy of 6 to get there, which doesn't seem like it's on the right path. You have certain karma in certain areas that you need to fulfill in order to get to a certain place. For you, 0, You can tap into anything you want with no karma attached. You can just tap into 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You can tap into any of them without having karma attached to that makes you need to tap into another realm in order to get to another place. The next card we have is growth, a tall tale. You can literally ascend wherever you want right now. You can ascend wherever you desire. You can extend a little bit, you can ascend a lot. It was wherever you want to go. What do you desire to experience in life? Do you desire to experience, finding your soulmate? Do you desire to experience buying your dream home? Do you desire to experience like stepping into your purpose and healing the world? What do you desire? Group 0. Now is a time of growth where you get to step into anything. We also have the card here of crossroads. What do you desire? The crossroads, you have many options in front of you. So again, this is talking about getting curious and exploring multiple different angles, multiple different places. The universe wants you to explore. Because again, you have no karma right now. We also have soul journey. So this is part of your whole soul journey. This is part of your development, part of your soul growth. Okay, is to go through this, to find out more about who you are. Because again, usually when we're in a 0 place, it kind of means that we might not have a certain pull in a certain direction right now. We're kind of just like open, right? So part of your soul journey is to discover. Try out this, try out that, get curious, be Gemini. Get curious about all sorts of different things. Enjoy the process, enjoy the journey. Your soul is thriving right now and it can thrive more. Just be curious. You can literally invite in any energy right now. Take a deep breath. Invite in the energy that you want to experience. And then if you change your mind, change your mind. Go off to the next one. Get curious. Enjoy the process. The next few cards we have is, the Chariot, which is fitting with the Crossroads card. We also have the 10 of Wands being reversed, and we also have the 6 of Wands. You've let go of all your karma right now. You are in a place where you can shift directions right now so easily, whether you see it or not. You can shift directions so easily right now. You're at a crossroads. Do you want to go into a new realm? Do you want to experience something new, a new life? Because that is open to you right now. 10 of Wands. Your karma has been released. Your burden has been released. There's been a burden that has recently released off you or very soon will be. And you'll experience some freedom. And this freedom, this is this ultimate potential where you could do anything. So see this as an opportunity. Some people see this as something bad. When something gets taken away from us, we're like, oh no, it's a beautiful thing. You just stepped into infinite potential. We also have the 6 of Wands, meaning that there is ultimate success here. We can reach our ultimate success. What do you want to be known for? What do you desire to experience? Because right now the universe will support you and bring you in that direction. You are on that chariot. It will bring you over there. Okay. So that is my message for my beautiful zeros. That is the energy of 0. I hope you enjoyed this reading and the message from the universe. If you did, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button down below if you want to see more videos like this in the future. And if so, I'll see you in my next one.